Rise and shine, gamers, as it is Championship Sunday here on this very cloudy Sunday, but some bright rising stars will be trying to take home that $4,000 prize pool that we have separated amongst an incredibly talented cast. A very stacked event at that. We get to bring that action to you one more time for Mortal Kombat 1. It's myself and Zero once again up on the desk.
Yes, looking forward to this spectacular top 8 action here. You know, plenty of money on the line, of course, but that is not the only thing on the line. It is souls on the line. We already bet souls. Contracts have been signed. Some folks might be going to the nether realm after this one here, but time will tell how that breaks down because we're only on the winner's side to start things off here. Dragon and Toxin will be our first competitors here. But for a quick round off of the top 8 as well, we're going to take a look at that bracket. Like I said, Toxin versus Dragon will kick things off. Dialogue versus Gur is on the winner's side. And then, of course, loser's side will have Just Nasty with King Gambler. And then Pulse versus K7 Show Off. I mean, this bracket alone is definitely a top-tier bracket when it comes to Mortal Kombat.
And my favorite thing about looking at this bracket is there is only one repeated character in there, of course, that being Johnny Cage, to nobody's surprise. But across the rest of it, you have Havoc, General Shao, Garrus, Ashrah, no surprise either. Smoke down in the loser side. Kenshi down in the loser side. We have an incredibly diverse top 8.
Yes.
That is only going to get kicked off with some amazing action with Beyond Toxin and Dragon. Dragon not dropping a single round the entirety of the bracket yesterday.
Yeah, a very skilled Ashrah player and a very skilled NRS player. Let's be honest here. But Ashrah, the way that Dragon plays, more of a rushdown style with Ashrah, but also it's just exponentially better with the long-range pokes that Ashrah represents in this neutral game here. But going up against Havoc is going to be interesting because of the advancing normals and the goo ball, the gore ball.
Yeah, the positioning against Havoc is really awkward to figure out early on, especially when you have Stryker backing him up. You guys have to worry about the gore ball coming out from behind, big rushing in haymaker right there. So everything that Dragon was doing in the previous games, which by the way I meant games, not rounds, my apologies. It is all so in your face, but you can't do that against the playstyle right now of Beyond Toxin.
Yeah, not at all. All right, so we're up. Oh, nice tech out of the corner here, able to get that overhead as well to get the side swap. Great string for Dragon, but we put ourselves right back in the corner. Great back throw.
And this is where a lot of things start to fall apart for anybody fighting against Dragon. Once he gets you locked down in position, using that Serena blade, just the one blade, it gets things done, but that overhead essentially locking down the game for Beyond Toxin. Once you're right in front of him, you're guaranteed to have to take chip unless you decide to EX wake up. And that wasn't really a good position for Dragon there.
No, not at all. All right, Serena with the single pizza, but also gore ball, keeping things locked down here for Dragon.
Dragon just doing his best to try and get that down one poke war like you were talking about before. We'll see a whole lot of that throughout this top 8.
It's a classic. Goreball does get shut down early thanks to Serena. So that's a good little assist summon here. Now we're going right into strings. Nice neutral jump from Dragon.
Great call out. Beyond Toxin's always played right around that range to try and get a quick rush in, usually backed up by Stryker, but no Stryker was found there because I'm pretty sure the blade actually caught him in the back.
And very good reaction there to the armor from Havoc, but Stryker with the ambush, able to cover Toxin's unsafe string. Command grab here, nice. We saw that challenge before in the previous set.
It's like near checkmate. Like you have to hold it because Stryker comes out, it causes you to have to EX wake up. You just hold block and you just walk away with that guaranteed unblockable.
Yeah. All right, good air route here just to finish the round. Tied up in the first game.
Very close match already to start things off with no surprise whatsoever. It may be early morning, but I watched them playing casuals off stream from like 9. It was Gur and Dragon playing a bunch. Beyond Toxin was practicing with Coach Steve. They were making sure they were going to be warmed up for this top 8.
Nice, these down 4s actually coming through in the clutch right now, but the stagger with the poke. The trade works in favor of Dragon here.
Dude, that 1-2 string like lasts so long. You're just in such a tumble. Even with Stryker hitting you, you still got the full combo punish off of that.
All right, Fireball War, but the wave of light is not going to go far enough here to try to connect against Toxin. Nice with the haymaker. Big pickup on Goreball.
Right, and this is still only game 1 at that. It's kind of crazy to watch this, but Stryker is on cooldown, so it's an opportunity to try and pull back. What you're seeing right now is big cash out time by utilizing both of the pieces, and there is no breaker available, so that is the entirety of Beyond Toxin's shot at game number 1 as Dragon cleans it up.
Yeah, excellent first game here on both sides, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that gore ball actually coming in clutch too, especially in the zoning game. Toxin able to close the gap and kind of get in that uncomfortable range against Ashrah. Beautiful down forward to low profile that but from Asher there too.
Most comfortable looking players while fighting against Beyond Toxin's Havoc this weekend, because everybody, we talked about it, you don't see many Havocs overall. Dragon making sure he's completely prepared and looking good at that.
All right, got a back throw here. No counter hit back throws, just normal damage.
I like how he rips his arm off just to throw you with the one arm. It's like I could use two, but just letting you know I'm strong enough to use the one.
Turns into a weapon, a broken bone.
So ridiculous.
Ooh, nice neutral jump again, but backed up by Striker.
Dealing with all this pressure right now. There's that stab back throw once again. Go ahead, keep corner position. That's one of the best places to usually lock someone down, but Dragon's got out of that corner so well all weekend.
Recall on the single pizza here.
A little bit too overcooked as he tosses it over, causing some mental damage, but Striker is available twice. You could decide to go for another one. Doesn't need it, though. The throw will not be enough just yet, but this is all the lockdown he needs, Zero, and that throw should go ahead and close it out. Great round there from Toxin.
Yeah, I got caught staring at the grenade, too. I thought for sure a second one was on the way, but perfect spacing there from Toxin. Able to sneak in that throw to get that finish.
Almost had the jump 3 there to try and get a quick punish on Dragon, trying to poke him in mid-range, which is where a majority of it's been happening, but full combo punish here. We're going to get about 413 out of that. Cover him on Oki, make sure you don't try to challenge that Heavenly Blade. So Dragon going from that rushdown style that we saw yesterday to a much more controlled style we're used to seeing out of Asher.
Ooh, neat overhead. Able to get that easy confirm with Serena assist.
What an answer back to that first round. I won't say dominantly in Beyond Toxic here, but it looked incredible for him. That second round, immediate answer.
That poke, able to shut down the Gore startup here. And another grenade assist. Striker going to be on the back burner for a little bit now. Nice neutral jump, but got the breaker.
Yep. Expecting an overhead pretty soon from Toxin, so he's gone low a couple times, especially after that last string interaction. But that's not going to happen if you can never get in. Dragon himself looking for a low. A couple. We're just going to continue to stay on the ground here for Toxin.
Take to the skies one more time. Carry to that corner too.
Consistent 400 damage every single time Dragon finds that opener. We're going to see that round get closed out one more time, as there is no meter to be found for that third bar once again for Toxin at the end. That's the big difference we saw a lot yesterday, too. How often does Dragon have 3 bars always ready and never really needs to burn meter half the time for his combos?
Yeah, I mean, especially, too, the routing that that Dragon takes is usually off to the sky. So air combos do usually hit around that 330 life point anyways. And Asher's just so consistent, especially at the range that she's able to hit at. Plus being backed up by the Serena, get the guaranteed confirms after if you're going for those ambushes.
Like anytime you use that 1 meter burn for the launcher, it's right back, because on Oki you got Blade into Serena Blade into Blade, and they've already gotten about a quarter of their bar back off of that besides the poke. So it's just such good meter management throughout the entirety of this.
Yeah, because you know what? That's a beautiful point. You never see Dragon really enhance any specials throughout the set.
Yeah, only for combos, and that's usually at late games. See right there, he's already about to hit the 2 mark. Beyond Toxin's going to have Breaker available, but has been pretty comfortable with not doing utilizing it, because you want to have it available for that the command grab setup.
Yes. All right, single Serena Blade here, going for zoning. Doesn't get the confirm quite yet. I mean, that hit stun does linger for a little while, but not long enough for Asher to get a follow-up.
Using to get caught. Never really challenging anything that's safe. Oh, misses a pickup, though, and that's a throw tech, so a decent amount of damage left on the board there for Toxin.
Nice. Got the down 2. Nice little spew for you.
I like that. I like the shimmy back, because he just finished teching a throw a second ago, so maybe try to bait out a button there.
The duck. Challenge the single. Yo, that sneaky Gore ball coming from out of nowhere behind you. All right, double confirm.
So we talked about before, you spend that bar, and in that middle of that combo, between that and Oki, he's going to end up with about a third or a quarter-ish worth of the bar back already in that next round.
I mean, a single bar, you got 400 damage. Nice, easy route at 273 for the opening of this round.
Whoa! Bro, I never really noticed. What is this character's meter gain? I just looked at it, it just went up so fast. But Beyond Toxin, very similar to the previous rounds here. You know, always looks good at the start, but it's Dragon who keeps closing it out and still not giving up a game.
Quite the interrupt here from Dragon. I don't think we got enough meter to kill here, so we need one more. Yeah, we definitely did, but that will do. 3-0 victory for Dragon to open things up in this top 8.
Coming into Championship Sunday, still not dropping a game.
Yeah.
We were waiting to see how Dragon would perform. We knew that, early on, everybody kind of figuring things out. This is the Dragon that we used to see that was at that dominant level, and it is back. This is a very frightful thing for anybody else who's in this top 8.
Yeah, this Astra play has been spectacular to watch. I mean, just the nuance of being able to turn into a rushdown character and then be able to back off and play that zoning game, force the player to make the mistake. We saw that a few times too, especially in that last game where Doxin was going for that haymaker, and it was just that perfect spacing from Dragon to get that interrupt and able to get the full punish after. And was easily able to recognize, again, any top player will recognize the resources available on the screen, but the fact is that every single time the resource management was so sufficient for Dragon that they always had at least one bar to spend if they were already maxed out. It's like, I'm not going to waste a bar on the string, so let me burn it for the damage, and I know I'm going to get it back for that breaker later.
And we didn't have to see it that much in that set, but in the prior sets, we saw how often Dragon had access to breaker, and that's you're losing out. And it's tough because of how consistent he was able to get to that. He knows how to mode switch very well between zoning or rush down. We didn't really see much of the dark stance that time because it wasn't really needed there. It was way more heavenly stance to keep him out, keep him locked down on wake up, and cash in big damage as much as he wanted.
I almost feel like a lot of that was just the forced forward momentum from Havoc, and that allowed for Dragon to just kind of counter poke anyways. Because those sword normals from Astra really puts her in a great position to play defensively at those mid-screen ranges, where Havoc is usually already asserting himself anyways. You really had to back it up with grenade, and we saw Toxin doing that. It's just not able to get those solid confirms to catch up in the damage game because Dragon kept running away with it there.
Well, speaking of mid-range monsters, we have 2 of them coming up next. We have the incredible play from the General Shao rep himself, Dialog, coming up here, taking out Pulse to put him in the loser side of bracket. One of the most amped up people you'll see on that stage, and I love to watch it. It's been incredibly entertaining. However, everything you do could just be forgotten as Gur just chooses to remove himself from the picture whenever things are dangerous and keep showing that Geras is a big problem people need to be thinking about.
Yeah, you could just edit the timeline. It never happened. Don't worry about it. I'll just edit the timeline.
Actually has post-production while in production. That's actually crazy.
But yeah, this matchup, again, just like a couple characters you don't get to see often at all. General Shao certainly on the rise, has always been there in the background, just kind of lurking like, hey, I do have this damage. Don't forget that I have a strong neutral game, especially too when it's backed up with, if I drop this axe, it's over. But even after that, Geras is also one of those characters that's just understudied, I feel like, right now. Like, Geras does have a lot of great resources on the surface. Geras seems like a kind of a difficult character to get into to really get that ball rolling, but Gur has remained consistent with that character. Continue to, make some very powerful plays with that.
If I'm playing in this matchup too, I don't remember if this actually happened in the crew battle or not, but for Gur, there's a whole lot of sand nados and low hats coming your way, because if I could keep Shao out of that range where he can safely go for knee armored launcher just try to poke at all, you can't get the axe wave on the ground fast enough to challenge Geras, so you're gonna have to box.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing, too. And again, like, Shao definitely like one of those characters that does hit mostly high for a lot of strings, but it's the spacing after the fact, too, that he can really challenge. That down one game we keep talking about, like the king of that down one game.
Bro, I swear, man, Dialog is on Demon Time like all the time. You see like the smirks, the smiles, the menacing behavior he has when he's playing. He just embodies that of a General Shao main. Love to watch it. He's such an entertaining player to watch. This, of course, is a button check for anybody who's curious. We're not going to go right into talk about the match, but be aware that it's going to be very difficult for a while for Dialog to get in at moments, but every single time we wonder if Dialog was out of a match, he always brings it back, especially against the matchups you don't think he would do it, like what we saw with Pulse yesterday and Johnny Cage.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it is the power of Shao. Like, Shao is definitely one of those underdog characters that, look, you might be getting a few hits on Shao. You might have a good mix here and there, a couple 300 or 30% damage combos, but Shao is one of those characters that is on like the cusp of a two-touch character given the right circumstances, you're almost going into that territory. Kano to kick things off here on the side of Dialogue. That's going for Knife Interrupt. I think that's going to be that challenge. Looking for that low wave, but you have Knife to toss out to try to interrupt safely without putting Challenge.
I think that's how you get in, because we've seen some of them use Sector. We've seen a lot of them convert to Kano, though. We have the other half, a winner's semis to start things off right now. And already Kung Lao winning out because he decided to hold the charge on it and hit Kano in the back.
You'll notice early axe drop here. You're going to get some of the better strings from Xiao, but also you're going to get that ground slam on top of it. The warp actually getting pickup here from Gur. Nice down one. Essentially
having access to like 17 breakers in a match can frustrate you over time, but because of the passive damage that Xiao has, he doesn't really need to burn all the meter early on, and that's what Gur wants you to do, to burn your meter whenever you're trying to get him in those. But this is a great opportunity for Dialogue, is what we would have said as he gets out of there one more time.
You gotta stop this time rewind here. That's tough. Easier said than done too, but we did at least see the knives get utilized to try to interrupt the Lao low hat, and my goodness, an explosion for the kill here.
I don't like Lao getting nerfed on the plus frames doesn't matter for Geras because he's playing it full screen. You have the low-high mix between the drop overhead there and just rushing up behind it. It allows Geras to get in passively while the Lao hat lets him walk up.
All right, nice. That's that counter hit throw. Keep the stagger frames there with the knife toss. And keep the pressure going.
Yeah, and you got to respect that too. And he caught Lao in the back. Of course, that recharge is super fast, so it doesn't matter too much. But big pickup here.
Oh, no.
Only 200 out of that. That could have been a whole lot more.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, we had the 1-2 string right there in the corner, and I feel like we could have followed up after. Oh,
you can actually do, I think, 3 1-2s in a row. It leads to a lot.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, Dialogue really waits for that armor need too. Like, make sure that you committed to something before letting that rip.
Gur blocking high, make sure he doesn't get caught by the overhead. No. But then how many times did we see this exact situation happen yesterday? I can't remember who it was who was playing. Oh, Rebel, if I remember correctly, where it was multiple times. No, full auto. That's who it was. Full auto with the zoning matchup up against Sindel. He would sneak his way in last second, use that teleport, get the time stop, and close it out with a fatal blow.
That's so sneaky there, you know, especially it's lingering in the back of your mind of how many hourglasses Geras is working with before that time stop comes through.
I love that. Every single time at the end of any match, whether he won or lost, Dialogue is talking to himself saying, all right, this went this way, this went this way. He's thinking, he's not letting things get to him. It is a competitor's mentality through and through, but he's got to think really hard about what happened with Gur last round.
Oh, all right, down one. Try to steal back the turn one more time here. Good flawless from Gur.
Gur is so good at constantly getting those overheads. It doesn't seem like it's a lot of damage over time, but it sets up those low starters.
Almost had the bounce to follow up right there, too. Just a little bit too low, that gravity scaling, but the knives from Kano.
Oh, no, the spacing was there, but he missed the follow-up. And Geras is going to go ahead and get himself out of that situation because of that. Gur looking amazing right now.
All right, got our duck. Yeah, there's a ground pound coming through here, but low hat. Yeah, it's so difficult to challenge. You got to wait for Kano knives to come back to really kind of contend with this.
Low high from that range, man. You have to deal with the low hat into the overhead, and if you're lucky, he didn't decide to rush up and get a big combo starter. The stand ones were also extremely on point yesterday, too. That was very difficult to get around.
Yeah, and we saw off screen here that Dialogue, you know, kind of giving themselves a pep talk. Right? You got this. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad of a loss here.
Man, and then that happens right there. Gur just removing himself from the picture, already getting the time dial set back up to make sure if that happens again, he could get out.
All right, got the low, back four. My goodness.
Like 4 or 5 in a row. So you know that
there it is.
Yeah, I think he was anticipating overhead there like last time with the armored launcher.
Yeah, because that is the conditioning that we're seeing here. Gur is trying to go for lows to force Dialogue to block low.
Yep, and he keeps doing it. So at some point, he's within range. Yeah, good reaction though. He knew it was gonna. He knew it was coming soon.
And that overhead is so hard to punish you, especially after that low hat. Trying to react. Oh, the knee, perfect position.
Oh, what a call out! Oh, this is big boy damage right here. We're gonna get up to 338 and keep himself plus. But it's going to be reversed out. But this is still an opportunity for Dialogue. That won't be enough damage yet. But if he locks him down, he can get the chip damage.
Yeah, 2 seconds left, and what a jump in with the knives to keep it safe.
Yeah, right there. That's what you need. You have to be able to call the situations out, and not many people remember the last position that Gears might have been in to get those punishes.
Yeah, like that stoic nature to sit right there. Like, I know where you're gonna go, bro. Like, come on.
That's it. Like, rewind, still hold these hands. Now it's time for him to go ahead and rewind that time one more time, though, to get out of there.
Double time, even.
One more game. Let's get out of here.
All right, Knives, keep yourself safe. Down one. That's a fair throw opportunity right there because you've lost the turn after block down one.
Just realizing how far that overhead sends you to. I never really realized the distance. It gives you full screen zoning once again every time you get caught.
Good little axis slash. The armor absorbing the low hat. That's a...
That throw was so brutal. Shout out to the art team, by the way, for putting that together. That was actually an incredible command throw. Well, we're going to go ahead and get that side switch one more time for Dialogue.
Yeah, missing the jump two there. Overhead follows through. It's so difficult to try to block that overhead because it comes out when you least expect it.
Very difficult position here. Every single bit, you essentially have to follow block your way to victory at this point. You just can't take these hits, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Wait a minute. There's still a chance, is what we would have said as he gets out of there one more time.
Gotta remember these time clocks, and that's tough because it's in the back. Oh my God, 15 seconds left though. You have to spend a fatal blow on this next interaction here.
I didn't realize he still had the time stock, therefore it doesn't matter at all, and that's going to get himself out of there. So Gur continuing to remove himself from the picture whenever anything gets really really poor positioning for him. And Dialogue taking a moment at the character select screen to think about it. I don't think there's any world we see a character switch here.
No.
Maybe cameo, but I highly doubt that as well.
That's, man, you know, mental fortitude from Dialogue here. Exceptional, because I was just thinking how demoralizing that was of having to go for that rewind. But hold on.
Wait, I think are we going MK3 boss mode? Yes, we are. We are currently switching over to Motaro. This is one of the early cameos the General Shao's were trying to use. Now with the changes to him, like you talked about with that extra 10 frames on that tail, but also you have the invulnerability shield. Maybe he uses that or the teleport actually to get around it.
Yeah, if you're going through the tutorial mode or trying to learn these characters, this is one of the first cameos that General Shao will be working with to kind of teach you the ins and outs of this character and, you know, the possibilities. So this is a very comfortable pick if you're just exploring the character for the first time.
Right now, Gur decided that we're just going to throw hands regardless of your new decisions. Build up a big amount of damage and get corner out of that. Consistent 400 that he hasn't even needed, but there's that invulnerability we talked about on those projectiles.
All right. Got this lockdown here. If we can keep this range and prevent Gur from... Oh, nice! Full punish here. But reset to knockdown.
You have to always respect that spot too. You either get the armored swipe as he picks up the axe, or he just calls you out. Right now, this is all safe opportunities for him. There we go. You literally can't
press here anymore.
Look at that. The nodding he said, still very much in the match. But Gur is up 2-0 in the set, so you got to take that confidence away from Gur here in Game 3.
All right, nice breaker.
Oh, that breaker's OD. He actually just comes in and just kicks you in the chin. Say, back off, my boy.
I mean, I saw John Wick. Someone died for that. Like,
many people died in John Wick.
All right, tries to go for the shield there to prevent the projectiles.
Incredible patience from both. Great spacing. Now, real follow-up, but he does get position out of it. I'm not sure if there's a time dial stocked up.
Swinging at you.
Yep.
All right, low wave, but jumped out to the low hat. That's so
oh, sorry, that was kind of goofy. got the big wave.
All right, nice little rewind here. Too far for tail, but we can walk this down. That's A-okay.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty fast recharge on it, too. So you got a lot of time to walk with it.
Which is crazy because there's just like a delay on the charge now, too. So it used to be better.
But it wasn't so plus last time. Now, I mean, this is it's kind of a war of attrition, if you will, waiting for the first person to strike, but Gur sees that timer, and he knows it's in his favor. I think he was trying to bait the rewind there.
Yep. Got the jump two, working out fairly well, but now you're locked down with 10 seconds left. Ooh, overcommitted right there, and now the chase begins. 5 seconds left, and that'll do here.
Yeah, the man who controls time indeed is willing to play the time. At that position, there's no reason to try and go crazy and keep yourself from getting just comboed by General Shao.
Yeah, the best thing that you can really do if you are on the side of Dialogue, who's down a deficit, not spend your assist. You want to build that back up. and then try to do moves that build your meter at a full screen distance there, and then carry that to the next round.
Down one anti-air punish into near 200. That was actually pretty impressive with where he spaced that. But Dialogue already near half health once again. Doesn't get the pickup.
All right, back forward again. Nice low hat, and yes, this is just going to add up over time.
Gert is just so patient. He knows that he doesn't need to do anything reckless here. He's getting near that window where overhead and low hat will just close out the round.
Yeah, and Dialogue just continues to keep these strings very short, removing the opportunity for a rewind. You don't have to keep track of it in the back of your mind if you're at least getting consistent hits and very short hits. Yo, wait.
That beat up the startup of that. This is actually a huge opportunity. The time dial's gone. He can't get out of here. Oh, but the wake up buttons is gonna give Gur the round 3 as he goes in and just you see the smirk on his face. Say it with your chest, go in and go ahead and close it out. And Dialogue, you know, looked good in a couple moments, but could not figure out the end game of that. And we could see it. Nobody else could see it.
Yo, that was wild.
That fatality is so screen right there.
That is like, this is my head.
It's like, yo,
just give me my head.
Talk to yourself real quick. Have a moment. Think about it. This is you in the future. Pop. Gears is very much a big problem that people are not thinking about.
Well, that's the thing too is Gur, but you know that's the rock paper scissors game you play on every interaction. In any fighting game, next match will be K7 Show Off versus Pulse.
Yeah, Tri-State Showdown. Not too surprised, of course.
The lesser explored characters are really getting a lot of light to shine in this tournament here, especially. Like Kenshi was always thought of as like a character just difficult to play, but also has a lot of potency as well, especially if you can lock down your opponent.
Over in Tri-State. I'm fairly certain that's the one that he... So you have to adapt to that playstyle first. And either way, I think we have an incredibly intense match coming up.
Yeah, that's the
real deal. That's the real deal. No, this is the real deal. General Shao is going to be the play. Maybe something to do with the fact that Dialogue beat Pulse just yesterday. So he has he's kind of feeling good about it.
Okay, but we also have Motaro on the side here of Pulse. Again, for those bust frames on that tail shot, we saw Pulse kind of
at the start, and maybe this happens to be an
And again, we said before in the last game, Shao, handful of highs, and very easy to kind of just duck under, but that's the risk. Like, you are playing such a risk to just try to duck the down 3 opener there, plus this string here from Pulse to guarantee the fatal blow.
Of course, you get the extra range out of Motaro in the fatal blow, something that wasn't really seen too much because we weren't seeing him before. But we're gonna get, excuse me, my mistake. 500 damage in Oki. That was a complete lockdown at the end.
You got hit by a horse. You thought only 450? That's
my
500.
Fault.
I never want to know what it feels like either.
It's not worth getting half health off of one string and shutting down Show Off.
All right, good throw.
Of the game is find the new best lockdown cameo, and right now that is looking like it might be Motaro backed up behind Johnny Cage here.
Under the one disc.
Nice. We haven't seen that air-to-air pickup just yet. That equal 300 plus, and he calls out the teleport, saying, "Where the hell do you think you're going? You can't run from me." As we get that game number 3.
That was not an input error. That was a bet that the nut punch was going to hit. Beautiful up block though on the jump in from trying to get the anti-air pop up to get the routing to hold that corner.
And this is I don't like Johnny having safe side switch teleport.
But that's the thing.
That is actually like very frightening.
Y'all, I'm telling you, explore the challenges in training mode when you're learning these characters. They show that same side switch string for General Shao as well. This is a thing that multiple characters can do. Please lab this game.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely did not do any of the training mode
patch. That's kind of a big deal what they did to Motaro. Like, it is a big deal.
Yeah. Plus, a very frightening thing for Kenshi I just remembered is trying to set up Sento. Johnny has so many burst options that can just kick Sento or just lock you down. You don't get to get that game plan you want, and you can't zone him. So maybe this is a very this is just a good-looking counter pick here.
Nice.
But at the moment, lockdown again.
Yeah, very smart up block. Good awareness here from Pulse, and now we have the lockdown in the corner. No axe for you. Couple Motaro shots. Yeah, if anything, picking the Kenshi with Sub-Zero might help you out here against Motaro. Like, because you're going to be armored up, because this is like you're looking for a knee, and every single time Pulse was ready for it, especially with down 1. Like that, we have not seen an armored knee from K7 in this corner at all because of the one single down 1 that made it whiff.
Yeah, it's just so scary to try and get yourself out of Johnny Cage's pressure. We're going to finally down to our way out of the corner for a moment. Can we get that much further, though, is the question.
Ooh. All right, got our knee. Pick it up one more time. Coast to coast carry.
Not going to go for the overhead, just continues to go for quick strings.
Yes.
Pulse setting himself back to center stage, but it doesn't even matter. The lockdown has been there the entire time.
Yep, and I don't care what side. Nice. Down forward. Shuts down Serena.
For a quick poke. K7 Showoff just playing right out of range,
Yeah.
looking for one overcommitment from
Oh,
Pulse.
no. That was a beautiful poke from K7 here, but a little bit too far to go for that throw opportunity.
We're gonna have to break our way out of that. We are currently behind a round, so there's no world where you can afford to take that much more damage. These forward threes, everything shutting him down, finally finds the gap.
Yo, and K7's eyes open wide after that confirmed too. Like, oh, star power backed up with Motaro charge.
Oh, plus Frame City, there's not much you can do in this situation.
All right, good block. And good patience from K7. We don't want to get caught by the triple threat.
All right, it's just still an opportunity for K7 to bring it back. He has Fatal Blow on deck. He doesn't even really need it, to be honest, with the damage he can put on, but the gap.
Nice.
Catching him swinging down on the axe, and that is Pulse taking it 2-0 in the lead. One more game to keep himself alive in this loser side of bracket.
Both players vibing to their own soundtrack.
Johnny Cage.
Yeah, you always see everybody
Wait a
super
minute.
animated up there. That is for sure. Wait,
I love the
what?
thematic theming of their outfits too, by the way. You see K7 with the black headphones, Pulse on white. It's a game of chess that we're seeing live in person. They are the chess pieces.
Which one of them will figure out who will be the winning piece of this game right now? Because at the moment, it's looking like Johnny Cage is the trump card, but K7 Showoff heavily considering who he's going to pick, and we're going to see a classic pick here. We're going back over to the Sub-Zero. By the way, that color scheme on that with the white and blue looks OD. That actually looks really clean, but this is not what I expected to see.
No,
Yesterday, we saw somebody try the Sub-Zero against Johnny, and that did not work very well, but this is K7 Showoff back on Sub-Zero. This is, I'm curious what the option's going to be as we go into game number 3.
What's interesting is that Sub-Zero also received a hefty change in this one too. Now being able to meter burn 1 Ice Clone, which does give that armor versatility, but then if you could meter burn 2, you get the triple Ice Clone on this one. Nice, got the overhead confirmed. 3? Okay, wait.
I didn't realize you could actually do 3.
I knew you could do 2, but 3?
Yeah, 3 with the dash up, got 300, but that is not a lot of damage compared to what Johnny's putting out. He needs to get the side switch out of there ASAP, and actually he's going to teleport himself into the corner.
Yep. Wasn't able to get the forward throw because Motaro was already out.
Ooh, back 3 is confirmed into Serena. This is going to give him a full corner carry. Decent amount of damage. I believe this route gives you about 400.
Nice. With Ice Clone, you have to hold it. And the throw setup.
Wait a minute. Hold on. This is going to go. Oh, no. He dropped him back 2, though. Whoa, that's going to cost him the round. That was right what he needed to get the closeout, but Pulse steals it away.
That's tough. That is just, one of those crunch time moments here, do or die, and it slipped right through the clutches.
Oh,
of K7.
wait. Oh, he had a pixel! I thought he was dead! He had a pixel still! The wake-up slide gets him out of the game! Showoff is still in the bracket.
All right, we're still in this.
Oh, and
Nice.
the call out on the parry through. Wait a minute, hold on. Why is he cooking? He is playing so good right now.
Out here with the
Oh, we got
right,
Serena
nice.
down. We got pressure. We got Ice Clones. He's
Yep,
going to
armor
EX kick
through.
himself out. He has to get out of the situation.
Oh, try to get the jab punish here for the down 3 from Pulse. Great situational awareness here. Good block on overhead, but not able to steal that turn quite yet. A little bit too far on the back one.
We got a lot of lockdown going right now. Serena is pretty much out of the picture when Johnny Cage is
Nice.
poking you like that, but the overhead sneaking through, he finishes out the full string. Every time somebody gets grabbed
I'm
by
screaming
Motaro.
like that too if a horseman
Yeah,
picks me
actually
up.
true, no, you're not wrong. But this is a lot of damage incoming right now for Pulse. It's not going to be enough to close out the round, though.
No. Oh!
How much did, where was he at? What was he at? Was he at 320?
Well, he's good. He's
No,
living.
no,
He's
okay,
living.
all right.
He's
You're
living.
right. There's still picks on both sides. This is the round is not over.
He ain't living. Are you serious?
We got a set, everyone. The Sub-Zero out of left field. Seeing the Kenshi working so well for so long, seeing the Shao look pretty solid, but the return of the Sub-Zero looking so good here in this matchup up against Pulse.
He had so much health.
Bro,
Where'd it go?
I don't know. It disappeared. I mean, Johnny Cage with
No, it's
Motaro,
Motaro.
it's not
Lower.
a lot of health.
Yeah,
I believe it's
that's
900.
That's right.
But still, I didn't think that was going to do that much damage. So,
That's right.
game
900 health.
number 4 on the Winter Wonderland, the new
Dang.
addition to the stage, and it's looking like Lin Kuei Christmas right now, the way things are playing out.
Absolutely. We'll see Motaro. Yeah, just unfortunate timing right there. Ooh, every time armor. But that's also a nice situation for K7 because it burns armor for Johnny.
Yeah.
Not able to get a break. Beautiful confirm.
A 1, a 2, a 3. Full corner carry. Thank you very much. Enjoy your ride.
That gravity scaling does not make things easy. Blocks the overhead, though, and was able to take that risk because we had the breaker in the background.
And
No
oh my God,
way.
his spacing is OD right now. He's gonna get yet another round with the triple hammer special. This man is going
You
for
know
the
what?
jackpot. We might see a game 5 because of this Sub-Zero.
It is Season 3, Season of Ice, so
No, you're right.
you know what? They probably snuck in a buff or two for
Go get your
Sub-Zero.
PvE season going right now. You know, the invasion of Sub-Zero in this bracket, K7 show off, has completely made this match look so different right now. Pulse is going to have to EX his way through again.
And every time, too, not paying off. What a confirm. Able to send it home with a couple double Domino Pizza delivery deals.
And he had to burn the breaker there, too. That was the round unless he decided to keep it going. But lockdown time.
So close.
All right. Pulse starting to wake up here a little. But there are 3 bars available for show off, so if he wants to break it, he could. If he decides to try and still keep this round.
Has to be so careful. I don't want to get caught with this fatal blow either.
Yeah, he's trying to. You have to make sure you do not get too reckless because you get caught by fatal blow right now. That is the round for you too. He's at 390.
No meter.
Dude, he's
Okay, so you can set up these ice clones with a little.
Oh! We're getting game number 5 here in the loser side of top 8. K7 show off, showing up indeed where he needed to most. Zero. This is not at all what we expected, but the Sub-Zero pick is the way, and we're gonna see a cameo swap over to Sonya. We mentioned this before. The full charge on the blaster does help, and the combo extensions you get from Sonya in the air are pretty good, but he was playing around Motaro a ton. So the horizontal blast will force you to have to block, but how do you keep him locked down right now the way that Shoff is playing?
It was very interesting too because Motaro was handling a lot of the ice clone situation too, so that made it, that helped when Pulse did not have meter to armor through. First hit goes to Pulse right now. That's a very good takeaway here to start things off this round. Take note of that, folks.
That cameo comes in quick, fast, and in a hurry. And of course, you can charge it fully to get the quick rush down. That's a quick setup for him, but he boxed back once again. Shoff has had no fear at all whenever Pulse has tried to rush him down.
That's the thing about Sub-Zero. The combo consistency has always been there, that damage routing. Very easy to send, pick up, especially when back to Serena. Oh, what a micro duck from Show Off.
We're going to get another big chunk of damage here. The standing 4 strings into the back two, one more again. We're going to get the full corner carry. My God, this has been so consistent so far, and Pulse has had no answer.
If you're going to sit there turtled up, I will scoop you into the forward corner position.
I can hear the crowd getting lively out there, too. This is crazy. He's once again, he got the throw tech. Pulse is not out of this round just yet.
All right, down 1. Oh no, too far for the throw. Early break though.
I actually like that. Guarantee he stays right where he is. You do not drop this round. You try to keep this round in your favor because it is the last game. You want to go up. You do not want to be behind in that situation.
Okay.
Trying to go for the dive kick, but the big anti-air. This won't kill, but this is going to be a lot of damage.
Interesting. Okay, so start paying attention, folks, when we do the down back for the low ice from Sub-Zero, because every single time Sonya shows up, K7's pulling that. It does a little bit of damage to Johnny. Doesn't get a full freeze, not full punish, but it delays the timing for Sonya.
Pulse was jumping back to try and cover, slide. Show Off never gave him the slide. And Sonya backing him up off the screen, making sure it's plus. Look at Pulse hopping around his seat like, I got this. This is an intense match right now. I biasly want to see it go last round, but what an incredible set.
All right, there we go. Opened up a little bit early. That's the guessing game you play against Johnny in the corner position. Got the ground bounce.
Missed the nut punch, but he still keeps himself locked in the corner, so he's still looking good. But the Serena catch, he misses the follow-up, though, so he can't get out.
Oh, no. All right, at least we're not taking the Sonya to get the extension, though.
It nerfs? Like, question mark? Like, this is very uncharacteristic of Pulse dropping any plus strings or any combo follow-up, so that's an opportunity for K7 Show Off.
Up block, very committed right there. There's a good break from Show Off. Has to do that.
Oh, the pickup. Oh, no. No pickup after the stand one, but very minimal opportunities left for K7 Show Off to make mistakes.
Ew. There's the throw. There's the throw. All right. Do or die situation for Show Off.
He has to hold this, and he's going to try and down to his way out, but that is going to be Pulse picking it back up where he needed it the most. Even with the few times where things starting to drop, he still kept it together. And almost an insane reverse 3-0 there from K7 Show Off, but an incredible performance from Pulse to keep it locked and still get that W.
I mean, what a better way to walk into the holiday season than a chilling top 8 loser side match like that. I mean, honestly, I was not expecting the Sub-Zero. And Sub-Zero, again, has always been in the back burner, right? Like, has been talked about as maybe not as strong a character as some of the higher level casts that we're seeing here. But, again, this game is built in such a way that you can blend a cameo with a character or even just have consistent neutral and still see a lot of mileage out of it. And that's what we saw with Sub-Zero here, especially to the, utilizing Domback 4 to kind of shut down Sonya a little bit there. That was actually very interesting because it's still doing damage to Johnny a little bit there. You're not getting your freeze, not getting your full punish, but it does at least slow things down for you so you can react to that full screen a little bit better. Yeah,
we talked about it yesterday with Li Mei as well when we saw that show up. A lot of times the beta characters who end up being really strong will get toned back down before we end up going to launch. Sub-Zero is part of that same category, being really strong on beta. And after the damage nerfs compared to the other characters, people didn't want to play him as much. However, after seeing that, I know it's not the same damage output. He's not putting out 400 every time, but it was pretty consistent. It looked pretty good, and I was genuinely impressed by what we got to see there.
Yeah, the one last note that I have for this, too, no dive kicks at all from Sub-Zero. Like, it was difficult
one singular one that got anti-aired. That's it.
It was tough to navigate that space, but I think that K7 was probably trying to get away from some of the Sonya Fireball game with that dive kick, or adjust your trajectory so that it goes right underneath you. You dive to the ground to safety, potentially. But we're getting into somebody that likes to play a little risky out here with Just Nasty on Smoke. And also, speaking of risk, King Gambler out to gamble another game.
So crazy. Just Nasty, he's just nasty. Everything he does is got backed up. So much of his play is super stylish the way it looks, but it's a lot of great conditioning, constantly using the Vicious Vapors to mix people up. But he's been way more consistently going for invisible mix-ups so people won't see what's coming. And then King Gambler, we mentioned yesterday, for his tag being Gambler, he plays pretty safe. He doesn't take a lot of high-level risks, except for maybe 1 or 2 a set that you're not prepared for. Johnny Cage has been a nightmare for everybody so far, but one thing that's super consistent about Just Nasty, he regularly likes seeing top 3 finishes at minimum, so it's going to be a very difficult time for King Gambler to try and make sure he doesn't get yet another one.
Yeah, you want to look. Consistency is a constant theme in Mortal Kombat 1. It's a constant theme across all fighting games, but there has been no player this season so far in the outset in MK1 more consistent outside of maybe Hourglass, right, of being consistent at placing in top 8 positions. Just Nasty starting out, when I first saw Just Nasty at TNS, was kind of outside of top 8, but every single week got better and better, and now there's no doubt in my mind that I see Just Nasty at least top 3 to your point, right?
I mean, like there's a few that you think about that are just always in that category of Pulse, Mighty Unjust, everybody who's just been constantly up there, but Just Nasty doing it with a character nobody else is really doing it with right now because he requires so much work. Big Daddy G just missed it yesterday too. We almost had 2 smokes in top 8 instead of 2 Johnny Cages. Well, I believe, if I remember correctly, one of the Johnnies actually beat Big Daddy G to get here. So I don't remember which one it was. I can pull up the bracket in a second. But that is going to give them a little bit of confidence going into the following sets. Actually, no, I am curious. I need to make sure I'm not capping right now.
No, you messing up. You messed up. I messed up early. Don't worry.
I swear, I think it was that.
So, Johnny for Gambler.
Wait, are you asking me?
Yeah, we're going to see that Johnny Cage going up. What were they just saying?
They're talking about being into a movie. Yeah, we're inviting Peter Parker to star in his debut film. Whatever kung fu movie.
Just keep hiring Yuri Lowenthal for more stuff. All right, there we go. We got game number 1 out here on the Temple. It's time to see if Just Nasty can, in fact, continue that amazing streak that he has of regularly getting those top 3 finishes. The King Gambler, like we said before, using the Goro compared to the Motaro that we were watching from Pulse.
Yeah, we did see Gambler do that, and it looks like there might be a controller malfunction here.
So we'll go ahead and get that figured out in 1 second for you. Apologies for any technical difficulties that may be going on, but we want to make sure that these matches have integrity and everything goes smoothly. We do not want to see any type of mistakes going on in the match. So it started quickly. That means we're just going to most likely go right into a reset. Nothing crazy really happened.
Especially, too, unfortunately, like opening hit is a very big deal in MK. You do get that 1 bar. That actually is super helpful for some characters, too. Like, you want to try to prevent that scenario from happening, but we'll see. So you got it on the bracket here. Who?
I was capping. It was, in fact, not one of the Johnny Cages. It was K7 Show Off. That'd be Big Daddy G. So, my fault. I lied to y'all. I could have just pretended I didn't, but I chose to say that I did.
Correct. It was better to correct.
Yeah, I'd rather correct it. But also, again, you know, Big Daddy G had an incredible run yesterday.
Yeah.
We saw a really good run from Rebel as well, showing up on Omni-Man. And the reason why I bring this stuff up is because this top 16 in general had an incredibly diverse character pool of reps that we had.
Yeah.
Even here in this top 8, we only have 1 repeat character, and that's it. Actually, technically 2 now because K7 Show Off also used General Shao, but that's not the one we expected.
Yeah, no, not at all. But yeah, it's interesting to see the diversity at this point too. Coming into the second, the second DLC character era, the second kind of patch where they did touch some characters up a little bit here. We are playing on that latest patch, of course. You know, Quan Chi was banned for this event. Sorry, Quan Chi, you can't be too evil to start things off, all right? No deadly alliances.
Yeah, for anybody who's curious about that, whenever there's a character that releases, usually week of, or maybe 2 weeks, depending on what's going on, you don't want to have them in the bracket because there is an official prize pool. Well, not official prize pool. There is a prize pool that is attached.
Oh, it's official, though.
It is official here at DreamHack Fighters. And you want to make sure that there's competitive integrity. So the character will not be legal. But however, you will, of course, see him legal on TNS next Thursday, as we didn't get to do one this past Thursday, but you will definitely see us back on stream over there getting that situated so we can see the House of Horrors nightmare that is Quan Chi and everything he's throwing at people right now. Because I'm seeing some really scary setups from people so far, and I'm not a fan because I hate fighting zoners. I'm about to pick it. You know, I'm about to pick up Quan Chi, honestly. I'm about to join the core. I'm throwing stuff at people all game. I'm tired of playing neutral.
All right. Getting right back into it. I think it was just a cable malfunction because Gambler does play on a PS4 pad.
He's such a nerd. Look. He's like, that would be amazing, Johnny. I could be in. Yo, honestly, I would have freaked out too. You put me in a movie? Wow, whoa. I mean, yo, honestly, we've talked about it before, but Smoke has the cheesiest lines in the game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
By far. If anybody could create a tier list, actually, I'm very curious about the goofiest or the cheesiest lines amongst all the characters. I'd like to see that tier list actually made to see what people are thinking.
But we can't forget about Steve Plume on Sub-Zero and MK11 because those.
Okay, I'm talking about MK1, but you are right. You are right. There are a lot of them.
Got the spins. Oh.
All right, game number 1 now is time. Just Nasty versus King Gambler. We're right back in the swing of things. We're already swinging with that back 2, looking for the early overhead.
All right, there we go. Down 3. Nice back 2. Able to get the Vicious Vapor confirmed with the extra freeze. I almost said fees. Yeah, you are paying a fee for that one. It's your health.
I like what Just Nasty has started doing now more often. We've seen how he continues to go for a couple cancels so he can get some free meter. And he's not going for excessive mix-ups anymore. He's making sure they're just guaranteed because you can't see them coming.
Well,
unless you box them back.
But that's the thing, right? Down back 2. It's definitely a safe bet to go for a San Juan challenge there because odds are you're going to find the position of where Smoke is.
Yep.
You might give up your turn, but at the very least, you're not going to allow Smoke to keep pressuring you while invisible.
Yeah, plus with Johnny Cage having the fastest down 1 poke amongst other options to be able to push people out, you're not going to be able to get him too many times, but you will get him at least the 1 time as the air combo string does finish it out. He had meter if he needed to make sure it closed, and that's game number 1 going to Just Nasty.
Full screen situation here. Oh, no.
Let's see what King Gambler does to answer back.
Yeah, because we went for the down 4-1 here, an anti-air attempt, probably trying to make a very hard read on a neutral jump from Gambler. Nice step back 2 with armor on top of him. You can't see the armor.
Yeah, see, a lot of times in that situation too, sometimes Just Nasty will actually backdash to bait out an option, but there's that down 1 once again. You can't backdash really unless you do it at the start.
Yeah. Nice. Uppercut is safe thanks to Goro. Nut punch. Challenge this. Yeah,
I like that breaker right there, not only because he's up and around, but you also want to make sure you close this round out right now. You have too much damage to let this go.
Stagger pressure open up. There we go.
Yep, you don't break there. Just Nasty gets away. Now all of a sudden you have to deal with a potential fatal blow combo. Instead, you solidify that round, and that meter is perfectly worth spending.
That goes low. Nice, got the back 3-2.
Trying to keep him locked down. Here we go again. We're going for the standing reset, and that time blocking the down one, but not too much came out of it after that.
Got Vicious Vapor coming through. Look, and again, too, Just Nasty so conservative with Vicious Vapors in this set.
Yeah, and we mentioned before many times over, King Gambler is not one you see take too many heavy risks. That was probably the riskiest jumping I've seen out of him so far, but even then it wasn't that bad. And right there, getting himself out of that situation with the double dash out to make sure he's not the one locked in the corner. That's a big combo. Free punish, though. Oh, never mind. Actually, not that much.
Give you the damage on the table like this. All right, nice. Got our throw.
All right, both of them essentially the same amount of health right now. 3 bars on one side, 2 on the other, and there's that break immediately to make sure it does not go away.
Yeah, trying to condition the opponent to dash forward, get used to it, get comfortable. Going to get caught by that back, too.
There's no more breakers available for you, so this is all flawless block territory for King Gambler as he gets caught up in the calmness of Just Nasty over there, sitting in that chair saying, everything's working out just fine. Got kind of close, but man, he's so consistent.
How can he be calm? How can he be calm playing Smoke? I just...
Hey, look,
you're built different.
Look, when you get comfortable enough, you know, all the jokes aside about like when somebody's like super committed to a character and they want to be the character rep for the low tier main, they don't want to switch off. Those character specialists are the ones that tend to push the meta a lot of the times. That's what we're seeing out of Just Nasty, constantly pushing the Smoke meta.
All right, there we go. Nice pickup. That's a beautiful pickup with Goro.
It's been really good. Actually, you know, again, Johnny Cage, another one of those characters that can use multiple cameos, and Goro looking great, but Goro nowhere to be found to help you out right now.
Yeah, beautiful jump two after the down back two, plus frames off 4-4 from Smoke.
This is a nightmare scenario to be in. He does have 3 bars, but honestly, I don't think you really want to spend it in this round. He does have him at half health, but it's been a very dominant Just Nasty round, so I would reserve those for the next round.
Good stand block here, blocking the stagger pressure, not opening up. You do have a life lead, you don't want to give it up. The down one into throw.
Very slow play right now. Nobody really trying to get too aggressive. I actually like these consistent charges from Sub-Zero. It's the first time he's done it.
All right, nut punch, not a good look right now. I mean, we are just one significant combo away from taking victory. Down back two, out of there.
Oh, he almost had to stand one, and he believes that he can still get this round right now, but sub 15 seconds, and he waits out the Goro to get the down one poke and make sure he closes it out.
Round 2, fight.
All right, full screen situation, back two, not going to get confirmed, but safe with Vicious Vapor. Armor down back two.
This is by far and away, I think, our most neutral-heavy game in terms of patience between players. Nobody really trying to get too aggressive, and it's really impressive considering, you know, Smoke's playstyle normally is to just constantly be in your face.
Yeah, I mean, but it is so much that neutral presence for Smoke. You have to be immaculate in your neutral to condition the opponent to get this back to opportunity with freeze extension, a couple cancels with down back 4 to build that meter, and look at the damage output, 300. Able to challenge but not get the confirm, didn't believe.
Yeah, King Gambler going to start thinking about those down 3s now because of that spacing he just had on back 2 and the wake up teleport to close out the round. King Gambler, you can see it in his face a little bit, you know, not too happy about how that went, but this is one of the most consistent performers for a good reason. So you take a moment to think, and we're going to see yet another time that Sonya is going to be the switch. So it looks like we've kind of experimented quite a bit, but we're going once again with Sonya here in a round 3 situation.
All right, well, we have ice armor now, and that's the thing. Just Nasty not needing to use ice armor all that often because there's no projectile with the previous team up. This might come in a little bit of handy here for, ooh! Couple pumps, got the back 3-2, take to the skies for the big damage.
We're going to catch out the big combo string instead, go for the cover up on the other side, but down one, always getting him out. Good throw tech though.
Yeah, very interesting here too, because we stopped just shy of like bigger damage here, opting for invisibility setups.
That was pretty good for King Gambler. Look, this is one of the first time I've seen King Gambler kind of, but yeah, it's starting to pick up. You can see the confidence in the way he's poking and the way he's starting to put up block string pressure. He wasn't really doing it as much in that previous game. It's starting to really kick into gear here in this round number 3 where he needed it the most.
Chat, you got to be brave against Smoke. And with the armor coming in the clutch back too. Nice! All right. Not able to get a Fatal Blow. Yeah, because Fatal Blow start up for Smoke much slower than you might expect. So it's really difficult to try to route into that.
What a great line for when you're down 2 games and you take one and Johnny says you thought you'd steal the show. Maybe that's a way to start the tale of what could be a beginning of a reverse 3-0 here.
Yeah, it's not over point yet, though. All right, nice. Down 1 interrupts. Back 3-2.
Finally finds it. Yeah, you want to shut that down. You've been too dominant so far to let him get away with that, but the big stand 1, so Just Nasty has an opportunity to make things start going, and there's the forward 4 to keep the plus frames. It's starting to look good.
All right, we're finding our groove once again here. Full screen situation. Especially to minor life lead, not significant, but Just Nasty still going to be very cautious on the approach.
King Gambler forcing him to have to use that armor, like you said. In the previous game, he just kept throwing shoulder charge at him. He's like, all right, I have no reason to worry about anything.
Nice stagger pressure. Again, down 1 throw. There's been so many opportunities for Just Nasty to go for down 1 into throw, and I'm waiting for King Gambler to get at least 1 done. It's not happened yet, but it's so consistent that it's got to happen at some point. Nice back 3.
Ooh, looks like that momentum that Gambler had to start off the game is starting to shift away fast. There will be no breaker to be found here, so this round should be forfeit. He's going to cash out all the damage.
One more touch.
Guaranteeing that he covers him on wake up, going with a safe option to down 3 and locking him in place. And now we're in round 3 of this game number 3 as I continue to remember which ones are which. And we see Just Nasty maybe takes it 3-0.
All right, good up block. Had a break right there.
Oh, you did not just get 3 free pumps over on the left side. Did not have to worry about anything. He took 1 hit from Sonya for doing that.
1 all goes high starter. Yeah, that's the unfortunate factor of Smoke. All highs, no mids.
A good check right there after the back 2. Knew he was going to try and pressure a little bit more, but just backing him off. Stand 1. Big anti-air on the forward 3. This is a great opportunity for King Gambler to get the corner.
Nice duck from Just Nasty. Able to get this freeze, couple pumps.
All right, very back and forth game number 3 here, but it is do or die for King Gambler. He has to block the invis mix-up. He does get the down 1 poke. It's a big opportunity, but he has to make sure he keeps it his turn.
Got the stagger pressure. Does get a duck, but no challenge. And here we go, got the cold shoulder.
That is 2 bars on deck over for Johnny Cage, and Sonya has plenty of meter as well, so he can pressure with a full charge 1 if he feels like it, but you have to wait out this Sub-Zero so it isn't wasted.
Yeah, unfortunately had to block right there because you weren't quite sure when the ice would end. Also, you didn't want to get shadow kicked. 4-4 to maintain this pressure. And jump 2 after the down back 2 with 17 seconds left. Just Nasty can kind of stall this out.
It's all about not getting caught by a fatal bowstring potentially here, or just getting that throw. It's going to be just short, but 1 poke. It doesn't even need to rush in, though. He's got the time. Oh, my God, that's 1 second. Oh, my God.
Touch. That'll do. That'll do.
Not pressing, and to get a go ahead and close out the round himself. Not enough time to be able to hold that charge, let him dance a little bit and get that unblockable punch. But Just Nasty making sure that does not get out of hand. King Gambler looked much better in that last round, but that is going to be a 3-0 and the handshake as he continues throughout this bracket.
That Sonya was a great call right there, honestly, to try to control that neutral space. But also good on Just Nasty for the immediate adjustment. It wasn't a delay into, you know what, maybe I should start using armor. It was immediate, like, armor is going to be on deck. You're not going to be able to shoot me down with Sonya just for free. And then even still was able to go right back into cold shoulder towards the end to build up that chip damage, to maintain that life lead. And, you know, again, the patience, that pays off so well, especially to having the mental endurance to have the patience to not pull the trigger before your opportune moment hits, because that's a moment that where Just Nasty, if they would have committed, if they would have, you know, went for that burst aggression because, oh, there's blood in the water, there's 1 touch and I get the victory, they might have gone down with King Gambler with that fatal blow opportunity or just the anti-air abilities we've seen. We've seen King Gambler knows the strings of smoke to get those interrupts as well for big damage punishment.
Yeah, never let Johnny Cage get reamped up. That is a quick recipe for disaster, as we saw a little while ago, actually, with that incredible set that K7 Show Off almost pulled back off. But the winner of that match was indeed Pulse, and that's who we're going to see return back up to the stage. And you're going to be going up against Beyond Toxin, who had a pretty solid couple games, but wasn't able to actually take one away from the dominant performances from Dragon. But prior to Dragon, Beyond Toxin was also looking pretty unstoppable.
Yeah. I mean, Toxin with Havoc is definitely one of those, you know, unknowns, right? We have a couple of those unknown characters to pull through. But yeah, Havoc is such a force of chaos always because you have that forward advancing normal pressure, but also Pulse is very active on offense. And I see a lot of pressure opportunity coming from Pulse and giving very little opportunity for Toxin to really kind of press the forward advancement, especially with the Haymaker too, because that's going to get interrupted, I would imagine, with Johnny. We have seen a lot of that Motaro setup too, so I'm very curious to see if Pulse sticks with Motaro going into this one. I imagine we do see Motaro pull up.
Yeah, we kind of learned early on from Johnny Cage, pretty much from MK9 up till now, really, that Johnny Cage doesn't believe in fake pressure. So if you don't have consistent pressure, you're going to get locked down. But one character that, or one cameo specifically, that helps to eliminate that is that Striker with the grenades backed up behind all of those gore balls. So you may see that opener from Havoc, but are you ready for Striker to interrupt what you thought was a free opportunity for you? And that's going to probably be the big telltale difference of how this set goes. If Pulse sees those and he's able to stop it, I don't know what Havoc's going to do to keep him out.
Interesting, because we do have Sony on deck here as well for Pulse. So it's going to be a little bit of counter zoning game. You're also going to get those confirms with the armor kick. So that's going to help keep you safe as well. 3 beams off the rip, no more Sony for a little bit.
Here's that Striker Endo bait out, catching him on the parry. That's going to be a quick, swift amount of damage right over to the corner. No throw, though. Going to get that down one poke right back out. And my God, yo, Sonya, before she decides to drop you with a big backhand.
Ooh. Wasn't able to chase down. Good on Toxin, though, to commit to that string to go forward and avoid the punish.
The full combo string second. Look how much damage. It looks like it's supposed to end, but instead it goes to 500-ish damage off of that. That's OD. A big pickup here, though, from the full charge. Unfortunately, not that much after that, though.
Got more stagger pressure here. Nice.
Bro, I don't remember seeing any of those single arm combo extensions yesterday into 500. Is this something Toxin learned last night or just kept in his back pocket?
Probably
that
just
was
kept
ridiculous.
Saved it for Nationals.
True. Oh. Yeah, you got a break here. After how much you ate last time, you do not want to let him keep going, but that move is so good. It's essentially a net loss for anybody who decides to trade with it.
More stagger pressure here. Nice. Got full screen situation. Wants Sonya to come back. Full charge. Nice. Down one interrupt from Toxin. Great awareness.
Yeah, make sure that you do not fall asleep on that camera in the background. Speaking of falling asleep, that overhead will put you to sleep pretty much every time. It's so hard to react to.
Ooh.
And here we said it again. The Sonya got the interrupt before, but Striker that much better at it mid-string. This man really just shows up with the gun and just lights everybody up with the flashlight. Also, Johnny Cage is just a normal person, too, now in this timeline. So I guess that this is just pretty normal.
Yeah. You have to watch your character just get obliterated here.
As I said, this man is just really on the clock, working overtime. I don't know. It's so goofy. We got
New York's finest. Is that what I said yesterday?
Yeah, you said it's a NYPD. That's a cameo character right now. You know, Havoc, like we said before, very unfamiliar matchup for many, and for Pulse, he's been able to adapt pretty quickly to some confusing things. Like last set, he had to deal with going from General Shao into the Sub-Zero, and he was able to adapt as the match went on.
Double gore ball. Ooh, what an interrupt on the dash through here.
Big call out right there, but Pulse to keep him locked down.
Oh, nice. Got the down 3. Was able to sneak that in there after the cameo summon.
I've noticed consistently Beyond Toxin has not cared too much about Sonya projectile. It's like, all right, it's a minor inconvenience at best most of the time.
Yeah, because we have grenades to back it up. Like, your projectiles are cool. I have explosives.
And now we have unblockable setups as well. So how do you get out of this? The answer is, you down one.
You
You down one. That's how you get out.
I ain't scared of your grenades.
Well, I think that is the only person successfully today, or this weekend, to get away from that setup. And now we're going to get the Fatal Blow combo. It's going to even ourselves back up here.
Bonk.
Does he even care about this being smashed on his head? He's just going to regrow it. Or in his chest.
Yeah, you know, that's very, very poignant observation there, actually.
Like, in the world of Mortal Kombat, Havoc doesn't give a damn about any of these fights. He's going to get it right back.
It's like I broke my... Maybe he still feels the pain. I have to imagine he still feels the pain.
Yeah, fighting him with a sword is actually a detriment to you because he's just going to throw the arm back at you. Right now, trying to throw everything, including these grenades, back at Pulse so he can make sure he keeps this lead. It's not even so much just a matchup check, it's just the fact that everybody has not been able to deal with the damage output combo that he has right now with Havoc and Striker.
All right, good break. For the gore ball.
Of course, occasionally we'll go very far behind you, so if you stand up in front of that, you'll get hit, otherwise you're locked down.
Nice opener here, but not a significant combo. Good up block. Yeah, immediately break that.
And the taser to break up the combo. And there we go again. It's a net loss anytime you trade with it. It always ends up working out in the Havoc's favor because you either get popped up and he picks it up, or you just get stuck right in front of each other, and he has the advancing normals to rush in behind Striker. So, you know, again, Beyond Toxin looking incredible. And I don't know if we see a 3-0 because Pulse is just that good, but Pulse even considering maybe switching.
No way.
I thought he was I thought he was the Scorpion for a second.
I get blessed again with another smoke in a top 8.
You know, it's pretty consistent. How many times we see more than one Smoke in top 8, Zero? It seems like Smoke seems to be a pretty good character. I don't know about you.
I never see you do need a buff Smoke though. I mean, honestly, no mids, none.
Well, our statement earlier about no repeated characters, where we got real close with Big Daddy G getting into top 8, it's going to be Pulse, who is going to be forced off the Johnny Cage of all characters and switching up to the core of the Link play.
My mind. You push Pulse off of Johnny Cage into Smoke?
That's the insanity
into
here.
Smoke?
Well, let's see what happens as the solution. Right now, the only solution is a throw. That's about the best thing he's had going for him this round.
Dang. All right, down 3. All right, nice back throw. Overhead comes in so quick.
The forearm blade coming in and just continuously stabbing people in the neck, but Beyond Toxin's pressure is with absolutely nothing. You just can't. You have to let it rock.
No, like you could have shut down the interrupt, but we were just a step too far for Smoke to be able to do that. The trouble in this matchup here is that Smoke needs to apply pressure to be the aggressor in this matchup, but Havoc does not care in most scenarios. You're looking out to set up Sub-Zero's armor to prevent the grenades from Striker, but
that's been the hardest part so far, man, getting the interrupts where you can. But, again, never count Pulse out of any set. It's as we maybe see something get started here.
Yep, that was that back 3-2, but a breaker right away from Toxin.
Once again, interrupting him as he dashed in for the stand 1 starting combo, but he does, in this time, keep him locked down. 3-2 strings. Gonna keep him locked down in place, ending it with the command and going straight into Invis, but once again, getting poked out.
Break your neck.
The round's over, actually. Smoke is dead.
Just realistically, these characters have been dead a while ago.
No, you're not wrong. We're going to see another throw coming in for Beyond Toxin, or excuse me, Pulse. It's an opportunity to put one on the board here.
Not only shut down the startup of the Haymaker, but also shut down the startup of Striker. That's a great call to commit, and even still, he had armor on anyways.
And if you got a game, you got a chance. You see it in his eyes. Just deep locked into the screen right now. He is ready to go. Maybe this is the start of what Pulse needs to get back on the board.
Nope, not with the up block. Yep, that's a free punish right there.
That's going to be a big chunk of damage at that into the setup. Once again, getting locked down and tried to jump in with the back 2, but gets caught regardless. You have to be so fast to go stop that.
Yeah. All right, the spew. The Haymaker did the overhead real quick. You're going for these low blocks. Great tech.
Yeah, detect the throw there. He needs to. He can't relinquish this corner. This is all on Pulse. Beyond Toxin's going to get breaker available, or he's just going to spend it on armor.
It's good awareness here to pull back on that back 3. Another throw back into the corner. Pulse in trouble. Overhead. Nice! What a challenge. That was a stand 1 challenge here.
He has to do that. Yeah, he had to do that before he got the breaker. He couldn't let it go. And what an amazing comeback there from Pulse. This is not a done deal just yet.
Oh, I'm mashing for my life on this one to make sure the Karambit in the eye is definitely going to be the one to seal the deal.
We said you could see it momentarily a little while ago, but when you looked at that camera, Pulse was locked in. His eyes are wide open, ready to go, and this is not done just yet. We get some more action here in Losers Corners.
The armor just in the nick of time to get that back two punish. Pulse, invisible, now pressuring.
All of a sudden getting the actual invisible pressure. He wasn't able to do it before, but now Beyond Toxin's forced to actually have to block in those cases.
No way. The armor just in the nick of time to get the back two, able to run through the gore ball.
He finally finds the gap he needed on the gore ball. He's been hit for that every other time. And the cancels, but multiple hits on armor on there. But a big whiff, that is the round there for Pulse. He's starting to work potentially here on a reverse 3-0. And will it be with Smoke?
Yo, I'm starting to believe Pulse. Gee whiz. All right, nice tech. Yep, down 3-4. Can't interrupt this armor.
You got it. It's so hard to deal with. There's the multi-hits. But Beyond Tox is starting to wake up a bit here, getting the block strength pressure going on. He's been pretty consistent with that. Everybody's had to block at least 4 to 5 hits before they even attempt to turn.
Just barely, but the low is going to shut down that armor as well.
Striker coming in for the interrupt. The spacing was good on Pulse, but going to take the haymaker and not letting him get much more than that.
Jeez, the armor was there. The lows this time from Toxin, shutting down the approach. Yet the sneak in the back two. Nice punish.
The backdash is always just outspacing the ranges now of Striker. Seems like he's starting to figure it out. Pulse is definitely feeling much better. He is pretty far behind in damage right now, but you can see the moments are kicking in.
Our overhead from Striker. Yeah, tough round here. Very much in control for Toxin.
Beyond Toxin looked incredible that last round. Every time you see him succeeding, it's usually 4 to 5 interactions in a row. People are blocking and they don't know when it's their turn. That's what we saw come back, and now Beyond Toxin starting to look exactly like we saw when he went up 2 games.
All right, got the low. Gore ball tries to back 3, but you got to remember Striker's back there. Was probably hoping for the confirm so it could go into back 3-2, which would have caught Striker.
Yep. No more interrupts for you. It's all his game right now. Everything falling apart here for Pulse. The smoke was looking good, but the interrupt on the low attempt.
All right, got the down back to invisibility set up. Nice neutral with the up block here from Pulse.
Oh, this is going to be a good chunk. Oh, no, he dropped the string. He had to teleport past that, but Striker was in the way to stop him from getting around the armor, and that is your game. 3-1 going to Beyond Toxin as he stops the potential reverse 3-0. That counter pick looked pretty good. I'm still incredibly shocked someone forced Pulse off Johnny Cage in the first place. But Beyond Toxin keeping himself alive, and he gets to that loser semis in this incredibly stacked bracket.
I never would have thought a Smoke coming out of Pulse. But yeah, you know, a very different style of Smoke play as well. You know, I love the pick with Sub-Zero to back that up because it is trying to mitigate the gore ball opportunity, the grenade opportunity. We saw it time and time again, especially too the immaculate timing from Pulse to get that activated on armor just before gore ball hit, and also being able to time back to avoid that gore ball entirely, because once you disappear, that vulnerability, your hitbox disappears. You have a very brief window where you can jump through and get that back too.
It was good on him to keep that confidence in that too, because he got caught for it twice at the start, but then you saw he's like, oh, I remember how to play Smoke. I know where I need to go. And it was starting to kick into gear. But once you start getting locked down, very similarly to that of how Johnny Cage plays, Havoc was keeping him locked down over and over again, and once that happened, Beyond Toxin refused to relinquish the set.
Yeah, I mean, again, that is the big fear. Like I said earlier at the beginning of that set, Havoc will not give the opportunity for Smoke to really kind of play that aggression game, so you had to win in neutral, which we started seeing from Pulse, right? Going for the backdash, stand ones to be able to get the follow-up after that. You're not really going to see a whole lot of back 3 in that type of scenario, because with a lot of Smoke strings, you're starting high anyways, and Havoc puts themselves in a position in neutral where they're already committing high. So you can go for those counter hits, can get the big follow-ups too. So it honestly, just wow. You know,
well, we got a lot more of Smoke to talk about, because we still have Just Nasty in the bracket, as we're going to see Just Nasty step back up to the plate. But this one, personally, hurts for me, because I'm a huge fan of watching these two play. Just Nasty has been incredible on the Smoke, but Dialogue is easily one of my favorite competitors to watch right now. The level of confidence he has, the way that he keeps himself in the game, and the way that he's been playing General Shao, it's been exciting to watch time and time again. Multiple big upsets, near big upsets, but can can it be enough to shut down this insane pressure game from Just Nasty?
Yeah, I'm going to hit you with a term that you're probably used to, underused character.
Yeah.
Is what this is, and we're hitting that underused tier right now instead of getting into the overused tier in this top 8. Yeah, with General Shao in this matchup, again, like, you are going for big risk. And trying to play in those close corners,
bro.
He's Spider-Man. What more do you want from Spider-Man?
Good luck trying to smoke me out.
Gotcha.
You can't find me. I'm so good at hide and seek. Oh my
All right,
god.
no, you can't talk crap about Smoke and his conversations because MK11 Shao, why? That's all. Come on. You can't. No.
It's a new era, though. He had an
They
opportunity.
replay it in the story mode.
Yeah, but he had an opportunity to just, not do that anymore. And Smoke decided, I am still going to be basically Spider-Man.
But Smoke never had a shot in 11, so he's got to get it out now. He's got to get out now because Smoke never had his shot in 11.
I love it, though. It's so funny. It gives a lot of character. Let's see.
Nor the Shirai you concern me.
You sleepwalk to disaster, General.
What does that even mean?
That means he's dreaming. He's dreaming.
Ah, okay. Well, it's time to see if he's got big dreams that could come into play here as we got game number 1 starting off of Losers Quarters.
Right. Mission Vapor cancel, and we stare at you for a minute. I'm scared too, bro.
Here's the scary part. Very similar to that of Johnny Cage. Dialog was loving whenever somebody was up close to him way too much.
Yeah.
Just Nasty's going to have to play a very similar game to that, but Just Nasty has 17 layers before he goes in, and Dialog has to figure them out.
Wait a minute. Invis, full walk back. I got a life lead. And this is building up the condition, right, to get comfortable walking forward. That back two was mounting here, but fortunately, Dialog got the hit confirmed, able to hold the corner position with Kano Ball to hold the plus pressure, but the armor down back two.
Yeah,
no, the jump in, trying to go for the stand one anti-air.
This is gonna hurt. He's gonna push him all the way over, and it's just keeping the pressure meaty. That's the big fear that Shao has. He has so many great meaty options on when you're trying to get up, and he checks you for him almost every time. But that's gonna be round number 1 going to Just Nasty.
Not fun being hunted. No, I don't think it is. I'll be quite honest with you, no.
Honestly, that sounds like a whole you problem, bro. You enjoy that. The Dialog being very careful about where he decides to go in. He's actually playing right around the same spacing.
Ooh.
Similar.
That timing from Just Nasty, the armor down back two. All right, got to stand one punish. Full follow-up, couple pump fakes.
We're going to get Invis setups out of this here. Going to go ahead and get corner. I like the routing to make sure he got corner along with it, but he doesn't actually commit, and he goes to the right-hand side, and now he's locked down.
It's so strange. Like, again, I need to have a conversation with Just Nasty. Like, why don't you finish air routes? I need to know, like.
Everybody likes keeping the meter, honestly. I think that's the majority of it. We saw it with Rebel yesterday, too, in a similar situation, but Just Nasty now dealing with the big damage and the plus frame strings that come in from Dialog. It's very scary to try and check.
Oh, geez, yeah, a stand one. Has to hold this pressure. You got a flawless at some. Oh, punish opportunity, but missed it.
Ooh, that's one little bit of health away, but all you need.
Oh,
he picked that up. Are you kidding me? You can't even see it.
The dance begins. Kano Ball does cancel the down back four.
Oh my God, into the head shake. No, you're not taking that one from me. That's my game. The down one closes it out, but that was crazy. But the stand one anti-air already starting off with Just Nasty. Into the down two. Actually, that was good. Down two to push him in the corner. I'm pretty sure he was trying to bait an armored knee launcher, so he stayed back to see if he would get up aggressive.
Ooh, down back four punish on the wave. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, that throw break is so funny. You're just like, dude, get off. Stop. God.
All right, stand 3-2, got the pickup as well. Down back 2 for that invisibility setup, but you put yourself in the corner. That's safe to go for that down 1 too, because you're going to confirm the position. There's no escape. You're in the corner. Oh,
all right. This is where things start to go south for everybody when they're fighting up against Dialog. Oh,
nice.
The coverage. Oh my God, one more mix like that.
Yo, the Kano pickup with the knife assist. Are you kidding me?
This is a reset machine.
Oh, my God. No, Sub-Zero, you ruined my plans.
Once again, Bihan coming in and being the party pooper of the entirety of the Lin Kuei. Almost throwing that round there, but Just Nasty able to close it out.
Dab gummit, Sub-Zero literally throwing, inting. Please vote ban.
Could you
Vote ban.
stop feeding, please? Sub-Zero, please. All right, we're going to get
Literally
a scenery
throwing,
switch.
Literally throwing.
He's throwing. He's one shot. He's one shot. All right, we got game number 2 here after a couple of scary moments, actually, throughout that last set where they were both down to the wire, and Just Nasty was able to come out on top.
Yeah, quite a challenge here. I don't think the armor was a good look right there. But the Motaro pick. Some work right now.
Yo, the pickup into the axe in the middle of that string, that was so dirty, and the overhead comes through. This is a dominant round right now from Dialogue.
I'm literally on a coin toss right now. Do I play this next season with Xiao or Melina?
I'm picking up Xiao.
Like, Xiao or Melina next season.
I have been debating it for a little while now. After everything I keep seeing, I'm 100% picking this character up. He's so fun.
Nice. Jesus.
Yo, it's it.
The one punch to the face, I'm down. I'm going. I promise you, I'm not getting back
That's
up.
Mike Tyson level hands on his hand, bro. Like, he is out here throwing the biggest swings. Doesn't matter whether he's got the axe in hand or not.
Nice up block here from Just Nasty.
Here we go. Side switch every day of the week. Get him locked down in the corner.
I wanted you to get your axe back. I want you to have a chance.
Yeah, it's just a,
Dang!
No, bad choice. Bad choice. Yo,
Yeah,
the down
down
two.
4-1.
Oh my God, switching the back over to the other side and the overhead. This is where things go south. Look at the damage that picks up so fast. And he's got the plus frames available with Motaro behind that too. So you cannot choose to take your turn.
Nice, down 3-4. It's still gonna get interrupted here. That was gonna kill. That was definitely gonna
Yeah,
kill.
he knew. No, that, like, oh, we got a set on our hands. We haven't seen too many times where it's gone 1-1 so far. It's been a lot of game 3s, and then people start picking it up. But we have a treat, everyone. If you are not having fun, I don't know what to tell you. You need to hit that like, follow, subscribe, and everything on DreamHack Fighters, because we have so much more action still to go.
You need to be of concern.
Dialogue. My God, he is looking so good right now. But game number 3, we've seen it many times over. Just Nasty adapts very quickly after an L. Let's see how things go here in game number 3.
Yeah, going for Kung Lao hat setups this time around. That was Surf Ninjas right there. You ever see that opener? Surf Ninjas?
No, actually.
Oh my goodness, it's great. We'll talk about it later, but man dies to a Sega Genesis. Not a Sega Genesis, Sega Dream, Game Gear.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah, we'll look at that later. Oh,
Right,
he just
that
made me
one.
think of Rocket and Power, though.
All right, oh, caught in the throw.
Once again, keeping that pressure up, and this Motaro swap has been the play. When is it your turn? The answer is never, up until he finally finds an opener there.
Back 3, yeah, you got to be so careful here. If you are sending a back 3, I'm willing to bet a 2 is going to be behind it. And that's the pump fakes that you got to try to establish against the opponent. Do a back 3, reset the back 3 one more time. It's, a part of the layering of Smoke.
Dude, just being so afraid of getting up. Every second hit of a string for General Xiao is a meaty option, and you don't want to challenge it.
Got that wave. I'm so nervous, too. You could go for a 4-4, but the stand 1 from Xiao will shut it down immediately.
Once again, catching him in his mix-ups. He's not letting him get away with those anymore.
Jesus.
Here comes Motaro, time to play a mini game, but that time he finally armors his way through the overhead. He got caught by it too many times for his liking.
Ooh! Not able to get the confirm on the low hat, though, and down 1 again. Interrupt. It's a safe call with throw opportunity for Just Nasty, but again, up block on back 3, too. This is a tough offense here from Dialogue. I mean, lock is in the name. You're locked down. That's it.
And even after Motaro was gone, he set it up so he could put the axe down to get the armor to go back through. So now at this point, Just Nasty can't even back 2 without taking a trade. And he just calls out the teleport with the jump kick. Dialogue is locked in right now.
Yeah. And this is the worst feeling in the world as a Smoke player, when the opponent starts to solve the tendencies, figure out the code in the matrix here of these Smoke teleports. It dismantles Smoke's offense so quickly. It just dissolves into the aether. It is gone.
And Dialogue look like Agent Smith right now as he's refusing to let you leave. It is now time to go ahead and shut this down. One more round potentially to take it, but Just Nasty has done it many times over where he's been able to shut it down and get back in.
All right, so this is where Just Nasty's going to have to rest back on a strong neutral game. We'll have to try to go for counter hits with punishes, but Xiao's reach, again, stand 1, always going to catch that, interrupt at that range. Mid-screen is not a good spot here for Smoke.
This jump-in pressure, again, he's just not letting him teleport anymore. He's refused to let him do that because the first couple rounds, he got away with that so much. Oh, finally, though.
Oh, overextended, so we got that back three.
One of the few times he messed up on Oki. He's had that lockdown every other time, so this is a big chance for Just Nasty to get some work in. Not going to happen, though. Immediately down one and picked right back up on the scoop. He's going to be right next to the Axe, who's going to be able to slam him back down.
Good God.
One more mistake, and that's the round.
All right, cold shoulder here. Yeah, you have to respect that range. You might be able to walk down Xiao, but that's stand one. That's the threat. Dialogue's letting you know.
He's got Sub-Zero up, so he doesn't have to worry about Mataro, at least for a moment, but now it's gone. And immediately making sure that he can put it back on. He has to find an opener here.
Yeah, 13 seconds, you just block. As long as you don't get caught in a fatal blow, it's a wrap.
Yep.
It's a round.
Big head shake. No, you're not opening me up. Throw, again, very similar to other matches. Throw does not kill you there, so there's no reason to press.
Ooh. Yo, armor in armor. That was back two and a down back two. Golly.
Pick it back up. Get that walk down game. Now walk it down behind Mataro,
solved.
and he
It's
saw
solved.
it. He can't do it anymore. Every time Dialogue is blocked, it just completely shut that down.
Yeah, Dialogue at this point can only be opened up by a strong neutral game. You're not going to be able to surprise Dialogue with these teleports. You might get a couple here and there. This down one challenge is quite the threat. Going for stand ones as well because of the reach.
Back two's gonna get blocked up once again, but it is now. This is a chance. He's got bar. If he gets one more opener, he's got a lot of bar, but that is 3 bars sitting.
Oh, no
you did
shot.
not just react and
No
punish that.
shot.
You are crazy.
Even Dog said, all right, you got it. You got it. My bad.
That was such a good reaction from Just Nasty. The round isn't over yet, but it's pretty damn close to Just Nasty keeping himself alive.
I'm so nervous. The 4-4. Okay.
Oh, this game is so
Chat,
good.
y'all couldn't see it, but Dialogue was like, all right, you know what? You got it. You sneaky son
You
of a gun,
sly
you.
dog. All right, well, right now, he's going to just grab him out of the Vicious Vapor, say, let's go ahead and cut that out right now.
Cold shoulder. Nice 3-4, but that could have been interrupted, though.
Catches the jump over. Just Nasty starting to wake up a little bit. He's going to get into and the
Yes.
call out on the teleport. Wait a minute. He's starting to look like he's maybe back in this.
All right. Sends to the corner here. Don't get down back. Don't do it, please, for me. Okay, yes. Same side, yes.
It walked him right down. I knew that he would try to backdash or do something. He's swinging his way out of any of those invis mix-ups.
Cold shoulder. Anti-air with the stand one. Big damage opportunity here for Just Nasty, but I'm pretty certain yes. Oh my God, we're going for damage with into down back
it's
two.
a delay.
Jump two after the down back two teleport here.
That delay was so good
Yeah.
to mix up the timing on when Dialogue expected him maybe to show back up, but Dialogue catching him. This game is not over by any means.
All right, has to hold the pressure. Great tech here from Just Nasty. Cold shoulder. Shut down Mataro with it too.
Yo, and that actually,
Yes,
we would
yes.
say it's big, but it goes away so fast. That fatal blow is
Oh,
ever
the
looming
dock.
though. And this is going to be a hefty chunk. I'm not sure whether this is going to be enough, but it's going to be pretty goddamn close.
Yeah, it's 16 seconds left. We are mashing. We're absolutely mashing.
All right, it's guess for game time. Let's see who comes out on top. Just Nasty, Dialogue. Just Nasty trying to keep his bracket hope alive. He cannot make a mistake.
Down one. And we're seeing two. Not a.
Oh, it mixed him! Oh, that was so good! He keeps it alive! He's got game number 5, and both of them laughing it up. Yo, even Dialogue was laughing like, yo, you got me. That was clean. If you are not having fun, again, I don't know what to tell you. It's game number 5 time. General Xiao versus Smoke. One of these two gets to keep that bracket hope alive.
Woo! My ankles just broke on that one too.
I leaped like 7 times back here, and now I'm hurting.
You knew it was set. It was literally the down back two. The moment Just Nasty saw the up block, he's like, oh, it's my game. That's it.
Oh, man, yo, little pause before we go into the final showdown. We're letting the intros rock on this one.
All right, everyone, calm down. Calm down.
You won't think so once you're choking on it.
Pause? Hey, yo, game number 5. We got Dialogue versus Just Nasty. Let's see who takes it all.
Good pickup. One thing you want to take note here, there has not been another back 3 starter from Just Nasty at all that last game. I suspect we're not going to see it here in this game either.
Oh no, what we're seeing right now is a classic beatdown. This is a complete wash of a round right now. Dialogue completely ran over Just Nasty in a flawless round as he winks to the camera, and maybe Just Nasty answers back, but that was a great way to start.
Listen, we seriously need to start doing picture-in-picture because the facial expressions from Dialogue, it makes it show. Y'all are missing out on this.
No, literally the most animated person in the building during and post-game. Just Nasty, look at this, Just Nasty answering back without being hit himself. Basically, like, only taking 25 damage. This is looking like another answer back of maybe a near flawless round.
See, when you full send an aerial combo, 382.
Forward 4, okay, the Armor Launcher gonna get him out, so no flawless victory for you. Oh no, he's starting to pick it back up. He had a dominant round going again. The meaty pressure. You cannot check him as he's getting up.
Okay, nice down one challenge. It's a safe call. Cold shoulder from the background. Nice.
Keeping him safe. Goes back to the other side. He did not fall for it that time though. This damage is starting to get out of hand. There's the overhead.
No.
And that might be enough to close out the round as Dialogue getting up and shimmying and dancing in place. You earned that dub. Go ahead and dance to victory. Just Nasty, though, with an incredible performance. Big hugs out. Incredible job. Honestly, I could not have asked for better. I don't know if anybody else could have either for what we just saw there. And that just losers quarters match between Dialogue and Just Nasty.
I'm just grinning ear to ear. Like, that set was so much fun to watch. I'm definitely rewatching it when I get home.
100%.
If you are missing out on MK, look, if you know anybody that is in your inner circle that is an MK fan that's not watching right now, you need to send them all the clips that you've already made of this set. I know you got them. You essentially have clipped the entire set.
By the way, go to Twitter. Dialogue has like 430 followers. I just followed him today. Go follow that man. This is some incredible play. And go follow Just Nasty at that too. Because if you're going to be seeing a whole lot more out of these two as MK1 continues to progress and what has been one of my favorite sets to watch so far in this game. That was so good.
I'll never forget the down back 2 up block. I'm like, as a former Smoke player myself, I saw the up block.
Look. Just staying same side as a final option, deciding not to go after every time he got called out and mixing him out to force that game number 5. Just like,
but also, Dialogue's mental fortitude to at least remain strong on defense is huge because any lesser player does get overwhelmed by that smoke pressure, does get kind of called out by every single time that Just Nasty goes invisible. It's a buildup of conditioning that Just Nasty applies when pump faking, when going for back 2, or even like earlier Just Nasty play where you do see the vicious vapor setups in the opponent's face. It's like, all right, is this the overhead or am I going to get challenged low this time? And with that, it just honestly for Dialogue to be able to go, you know what, I can challenge down 1. I know where you're going to teleport to. I know the risks. I know the options you have when you call yourself out in invisibility with down back 2. I mean, it's still just great awareness to understand that matchup. It is what brought Dialogue here into the losers semis. But first, we do have our winners finals with Dragon and Gur. I mean, take a look at this bracket.
We have our final 4 locked in place, everyone. It is only losses from this point forward for some. Dragon and Gur, one of these two will get the most comfortable seat in the house on the winner's side of Grand Finals, where if you are there, you have to lose twice in Grands to get knocked out. And on the other side of that, look, I don't think anybody wants to fight Dialogue or Beyond Toxin right now, the way that they're playing, as everything from that point forward is a straight stretch of matches from losers semis up. Whoever's in that spot maybe gets enough momentum to bring it all the way back, but it is going to be a tough Final 4 here at DreamHack.
This Final 4 is wild. So you got Geras, you got Astra, and this Geras play, I mean, I'm learning so much just by simply watching Gur this weekend, because Geras being able to rewind to deal with, especially too, like, coming at it from an angle of a rushdown player, or even just as a smoke player going like, wow, I did all that work and it's gone.
Yeah. It still blows my mind that we somehow have 4 more matches of today. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to speak after we're done with this. Like, thank goodness this is the last one for us today, because the voices are going away.
Yes,
but I see all of y'all on Twitter also as well. Thank you so much for the compliments and everything. Look, y'all make the job easy. When the matches are this good, it's impossible for us not to have a great time. We do have a button check, just so you're aware, so we're not going to hype up the beginning of that. But I'm super curious as to what Dragon's approach is going to be to solve Geras, because Dragon can definitely be the one to do it, especially with how he's been playing, because he doesn't really burn his meter. He likes to go aggressive, but he's going to be forced to play the zoning game with Gur. So in my mind, I think he's going to just like keep Breaker all the time so he can kind of do the same thing he's doing with Rewind Time. But what do you think is the approach here to try and finally solve Rewind Time?
So I just feel like, you know, that mid-screen range that Astra does usually play at anyways, in the hands of Dragon, like the space controls that Dragon has. Like, you're going to, in our previous sets, I talked about trying to remove the opportunity to set up the hourglasses in the first place. And I definitely see that Dragon has that capability, especially with the utilization of teleport, plus the range that she has. You have to be a little more cautious. Like, full screen setups, Gur can get in a full screen situation, but it's going to be about avoiding that possibility when you get walked down by Astra, because Dragon does like to be aggressive with this character.
Well, it's time to see how aggressive that'll be as we get into winners finals time. It is now the decision-making of who gets that most comfortable seat in the house, and this has been the two most unstoppable forces here at DreamHack as we see Dragon and Gur go up against each other. And already started things off hot, into Dark Stance going and getting that quick poke. His damage has been so consistent, and now he has to deal with all of the crossovers. That's been the thing nobody has solved all weekend.
And that's what I was talking about at the beginning of the set. Instead of letting Gur have more room to run away back to the mid-screen, we teleport to guarantee the east side of the corner here.
Gur just getting those pokes in, keeping them locked down. The majority of the game, every time Dragon gets locked in the corner, immediately gets out. He's going to get out with the 4-3 and the big stand one, saying you are not going to get a free overhead on me.
Nice, was able to teleport out, even armored up. One Serena disc, not going to come back, so he can confidently press forward.
And keeping him locked down again. It's looking like Johnny Cage with a sword, the way that Dragon has been playing, just keeping people locked in place, and you cannot do that in front of me for free.
The mid-screen, the dangerous territory. You cannot set up your traditional hourglasses, your traditional time stops at that range against Astra.
Again, you cannot try to just freely pressure with Kung Lao in that position anymore. You can check that with buttons, and that's exactly what Dragon was making sure Gur knows right away.
Got good jump kick in. Don't have pressure. Yeah, I got caught blocking a little bit too long there.
Yeah, that mix-up is really frightening to do it. It is only 120, but it is still damage you don't want to have to take. A great check there on the down one, making sure you're not rushing in.
Again, trying to go for that long-range poke. Oh, nice, but not able to get the challenge. That's a good little teleport there for Dragon.
Really no pickup on the... I don't know if he was anticipating the fact that he would get the anti-air on stand one.
Right.
Gur just not having anything to do with that. Ooh, good blocks on 4-3 as well. So he's not taking any overheads. He's perfectly content with take a lot of these low pokes because he just gets himself back in the game anyways.
Oh, Jesus, the back four. Stop. No.
Stop. It's like, look.
Social distance.
Girl, I know you hungry. We're going to get food. Stop. All right, we've got game number 3 here from Dragon and Gur. Already Gur calling him out on the crossover. So early break. That's not a lot of damage you actually get usually out of that combo. So I think it's mostly a positioning thing more than anything.
Right. Stagger pressure once again. One Serena disc. Nice neutral jump. Forces an overextension from Gur, but the rewind is available.
It's actually really smart on Gur too, because after going for like the extra hit to see if he could catch Dragon slipping, he realized he was going to take the full combo, so just rewind, reset neutral, it's not worth it. Of course, in most situations, I was just about to say, most situations setting up Lao will give you a free time stop, but when you have dark mode, you get to actually get that full screen low, so you could shut that down.
And earlier I talked about how it's a little bit difficult to go for that overhead punish. Like, not many characters can punish that easily. Astra is one of those characters that has that reach, that can counter poke there with that sword normal.
God. Does not remember the return of Serena's blades. That's something we've been seeing since the very beginning of the game, so it gets caught up. Big anti-air though on the 4-3. There will be no overhead for you. That's probably going to be enough. That's only that's 207. That's going to be the round coming in for Gur. He's been so consistent. Or actually, then again, it might scale. I don't know. I've called a couple of these wrong so far. Wait.
Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. Dead.
No, he's dead. All right. I had to second guess that for a second. But Gur taking game number 1. And also, that is the very first game that has been dropped by Dragon all weekend.
With Geras.
Who said this character's a low tier or mid tier again?
No,
Who said that?
No one was talking about that right now.
People, they're not talking about it anymore. But who said
Chad's
that?
definitely talking about it. Chad is definitely like, this is proof right here.
Yeah, let's go ahead and remove that from the conversation immediately. I mean, Gur definitely, of course, being the best representative of the character, so a lot of times those will have some play in it, but there's a reason why you'll see success with those characters, and Gur making it work tremendously here in the matchup against Dragon.
You know, I talked a little bit earlier, too, about like just player tendencies, right? Because no two Johnny Cages are necessarily going to play the same. That also holds true for, like, you know, lower tier characters, right? Like, if you look at Just Nasty playing differently with Smoke, right? Like, Smoke is definitely, like, one of those lesser seen characters, but the ability of Just Nasty is out there. Geras, same thing, right? Gur has the ability to really make this character shine.
It's been incredible to watch. He does get the time dial in the middle of that time with the Lao hat, because there was not a dark stance, so you don't have to worry about the full screen low.
Stay with your chest. Down one.
Try to keep him locked down, and down one disruption again. So Gur's starting to also catch on where all of these dashes are coming in.
Right.
Big combo damage coming in, though. Blade into launcher. Oh, actually, no. Instead, deciding to keep positioning over everything to keep him locked down, so you have that space on Wake Up to cover any aggressive option from Gur.
Stop.
It really is. Oh, finally gets caught on the overhead. Of course, not get too much out of it, mostly because you don't want to have the side switch coming from that combo. You want to keep him locked down.
Yeah. Oh, I think we could have picked up a little bit more there. Maybe didn't want the breaker.
Standing right in front of him. Very similar to that round one of the first game where he kind of went for the snap and nothing could be found, and Astra got the quick, clean punish.
Low block. Trying to reach, but again, Astra is the queen of that mid-screen.
Yeah, and only committing to the single blade instead of the double, so it doesn't get the follow-up, but that is a full screen pushback, of course, every time you take that overhead.
Ooh, nice Serena confirm.
We're going to just go ahead and pretend that never happened. Where were you yesterday? Where were you yesterday? I was home. I don't know what you're talking about. I never left.
I even drove my car backwards to reduce the mile count.
What? Geras somehow makes it work that way, though.
I need to make a phone call real quick.
All right. What taxes? No taxes. Rewind back time to where I didn't have to pay him. At the moment, he's getting the time dials back up. This is, of course, a moment of time where you'll see a little bit of a slower play because you don't want to get too reckless and rush right into Geras. Gur does have the ability to, now with multiple up, he can just say, I don't like what you did. Let's go ahead and stop that. But that's 23 seconds left on the clock. And we mentioned it earlier. Gur is completely content to play the time.
All right, down one. Tries to get the check here. Teleport through. Yo, get back over here, please. 14 seconds left on the clock. That life lead is just barely in Gur's favor.
We'll take you for a ride, indeed.
Stop.
6 seconds left on the clock. This is pretty crucial for Dragon to find an opener and the immediate rewind, but he got him on the outside. Yo, no way. That stops the clock. That's actually OD. Dragon's patience is crazy. The 1 second timer to steal the round away here up against Gur, who had it perfectly. Said, where do you think you're going? I never said you could leave, as he puts himself on the board.
All right, I'm sorry. This is my favorite top 8 like of MK. This is my favorite top 8. I'm sorry.
This one is going to be hard to top. Like, I genuinely can't wait to see the follow-up events to see how things even evolve, because this one has been crazy.
What is this?
I'm gonna have no voice. Chat, I hope you're having a great time. We're having a blast as we go into game number 3 right now with Dragon versus Gur, and somehow they keep finding ways to just make the previous set look great, but the next one that much more enjoyable. All right, full screen gameplay now. Once again, this is a window where you don't want to really rush in too heavy, because if you get obvious like that, you're gonna get punched in the face.
Lohad setup here has to respect it. Goes for darkness setup. Nice, closing the gap. Double pizza, but still able to follow through. Nice command grab.
Now you see me, now you don't. Coming around the backside to get the throw back into the right. But Dragon has been very comfortable anytime he's getting locked down the corner. I know we mentioned it a lot of times throughout this weekend, but it's really difficult to keep him in place. And a great air-to-air check. Gonna go ahead and rewind, and because it was already started, it's gonna stop that combo.
Yeah, trying to go for a couple long-range pokes here, get it confirmed. Nothing doing, and Gur taking control here.
Full screen NATO. This is a battle you don't want to fight right now, so we're going to see Gur actually switch over to the more aggressive stance as he does, excuse me, Dragon, as he walks himself right back in.
Let them go. Nice grab.
There's 18 seconds left on the clock, and Serena, you're in Serena death ranges along with Ashra's Fatal Blow. That's actually crazy. This Fatal Blow does so much damage. I'm fairly certain this is going to kill right now. No, it is. Yeah, you play at half health, and still you could end up losing the round, and Dragon played perfectly to that win condition.
All right, 12 seconds left on the clock, too. That's wild.
Fight.
He's so content. It's like, look, Gur, you've been playing defensively this whole time. You're playing the clock. All right, that's cool. I'm still going to win.
I control the clock.
It's my time. Game number 2, or round number 2 here, excuse me, in game number 3. Dragon looking much better, but almost every single time, a lot of it has been an early start for Gur. Gur usually has the early lead, but once you put Dragon in the Fatal Blow range, as you just saw in that last round, that lead could be forfeit at any given time.
All right, down 1. Ooh, sneaky throw.
Yeah, that was like max
Dragon.
distance at that,
Yeah.
too. Big block on the overhead. That's going to be a full combo punish coming in from Gur. You want to, honestly, you want to spend the bar here to make sure that he dies. Doesn't even need to, though. Actually, that route is going to give him the 300 that he needs. So Gur pushes it to round number 3.
Final round, back at it again. I swear, these two are going to age me at least 6 years.
No, facts. Like, I'm sitting here stressed every second. I'm not playing and I'm sweaty. Like, these sets have been ridiculous. Big block in the overhead, though. It's going to be a full punish. Ashra, one of the few characters that can't punish from there, but no pickup to get the staggered string to be able to go for a side switch, and that is a lot of damage up on the table.
All right, so stop and then rewinds. All right, go down 1.
Tried to fly over, do the cancel to get him to let go of the hat. He still ended up landing on it.
Oh, wow, the max range on the sword normal there. Look at that stagger one more time to get that fireball to approach.
I like what Dragon does there a lot. Gur has not really been falling for it too much, but whenever deciding not to go for full combo, to keep that meter, so you still have the 3 bars, and you keep positioning. So 290 is still nothing to scoff at. Our big opportunity here, though.
Yep.
Fatal Blow's already been used, so you don't have to worry too much about that anymore, but there is a lot of damage with 2 bars left.
Good blocks here from Dragon. Down 1 interrupt goes for the overhead. Pump fakes with the teleport, but the down 1 will shut it down.
Yeah.
Gur, 2-1 lead.
I mentioned it a little while ago, but Gur is not falling for those the cancels as much anymore.
Right.
Like, a lot of times you assume the illusion will come through. It's going to be Dragon hitting you with the slash, and you have to worry about dealing with blocks. But Dragon's just trying to get you to whiff so he can get a bigger combo starter.
That is 100% it, right? Because especially with the stagger that you get off the sword normal from Ashra, you're able to get that bigger aerial route, big damage opportunities. Dragon taking a moment here before moving on.
This is just so entertaining to watch. This is something we've always wanted to see, you know, at all times, see high-level Mortal Kombat play. But getting to see it once again from Gur and Dragon here on the big stage has been entertaining through and through. And we have a shot to see maybe Gur being the first one to take a whole set against Dragon, but that depends if Dragon doesn't push it to Game 5.
Yes, indeed. All right, takes these guys. Look at this damage, 422 round start, plus you got the first hit bonus.
That's everything you need right there. We're going to go ahead and rewind, but you're still locked in the corner. And then he gets the one hit that mattered the most, the second hit of that string that causes you to have to take the full combo. And these pokes down. Oh, there we go. Look at that meter. Watch that meter. Look at that meter just completely rise. He got 1 full bar out of that whole block string.
What does Geras do? He kept resetting block string into block string. Finally finds the opening.
I swear, if you close your eyes, you see Cabal on the other side. And that's not something I want to ever see again. But Dragon making things work.
Cabal on the other side spins. He got him. Got him.
And if you close your eyes, nomad, dash, nomad. Here we go. Round number 3, game number 4. Gur has had a lot of answers to what Dragon has done, but this is the first time in a while, Zero, he's actually had to go to full screen zoning.
Yeah. Yo, in the low darkness wave. Check out. One pizza, but a low hat gets tossed back.
Yeah, he's been pretty committed to the zoning game right now. It's actually forced Dragon to switch back over to Dark Stance just so he can try and box it back. But it looks like he conditioned them to exactly what he wanted. Now he's not heavily stance, so it's a little bit easier for him to walk up at this range.
Jeez, yeah, this full screen game looking a little difficult here for Dragon. Gur with a small lead right now.
Finishing into 4 at the end there that time, actually pushing him back. Of course, that's a great thing to do every once in a while. And there's that dash back.
No, too far for the confirm.
That's 2 combos that potentially could have finished. He finishes one more again. All right, Dragon, one good call away from making this a game number 5. Gur trying to make sure that that's not the case. 4-3 will not get the hit.
All right, down one interrupt here. Another one right after.
Right. One more guess from either player essentially here. We have 8 seconds left on the clock. Oh, the overhead. He's behind in health. Does Dragon do it one more time where he steals the round away? And he does! Oh my god, the breaker comes through, but he has the lead! How did you do it again? He keeps doing it!
A small blunder from Gur. Just stood up a little too early and got caught by the recall from the disc. Those pizzas come back to bite.
You know, Gur usually very confident, always kind of like giggling over there and just having a good time. But you can see a slight bit of frustration on his face after that round. It's like he thought he had in that position, but one mistake, that's all it takes. But Gur is too damn good to let a round like that get to him. He's going to see. We're going to see if we can adjust. And everybody, game number 5 is here one more time. We keep getting amazing sets back to back. One of these two gets that winner's side seed to Grand Finals.
All right, another confirm here, got the stagger.
Oh, we're cashing out damage now. Oh, he's gone super aggressive. This is a very different style of what we've seen over these last few rounds. Are ready to start things off here from Dragon.
Yep, got the mid screen, and once again here, going for the light fireball here. I love the single-use arena every single time. You're trying to get a quick call out, does blast through Geras, will call out the Kung Lao assist potentially as well.
I think a lot of people started figuring that out too after they watched the way Kung Lao worked. It's like, wait, interruption on a quick recharge projectile, pretty damn good. And then I can mix it up for the combo if I feel like it.
Right, right. All right, nice teleport, but the down one interrupter is ready.
This is an even game right now. If Dragon gets a hit, that could be a cash out the Fatal Blow. I don't think he really wants to have to use that right now. I'd rather save that for last round. But Gur should close it out here potentially with the throw, and he will. Gur, set point here in Winners Finals.
Round 2, fight.
Oh my god.
Well, the instant call out to start off the round. That's going to be a quick 200 plus. And a throw to get positioning back over the other side. Now he can zone if he feels like it.
I got that flawless block. Nice duck. Low half potential with the command grab. Called you blocking.
Oh, he's pulling out all the tricks now. Now it's time to mix things up. We haven't seen too many rewind setups because it hasn't really been a problem at the moment for Dragon, so he's deciding to box back.
The chase, though, especially at that backdash, that was a little bit scary. Nice pick up rewind here.
Finally having to burn that rewind, of course, does not have any stock left. He does get one of them up.
All right, now we go. Corner pressure once again. You forgot about the second.
Okay, that didn't think that would pick up, and this is a big chance for Gur to close it out. Fatal Blow is sitting on deck, but he doesn't die to a Fatal Blow combo anymore. And the air-to-air call out, that's the round as he gets the big pile driver back down to the ground, and that is a neck broken and then a great match. Big hugs out, absolutely. We keep getting amazing sets back to back to back. Dragon finally showing that he indeed can bleed with the way that he was playing. No games dropped prior to this set.
Yeah.
And Gur finally the one to send him down to losers.
Just full stop. All you had to do was stop time. Control time, you might get a chance against Dragon here in this top 8 bracket. We are going to go down into that losers semis territory too, though. But yeah, I mean, just a great back and forth set here. I can't believe we stole it with that single confirm into Fatal Blow. Again, just I'm so happy to be able to watch these live, to be able to cast these live as well. Like, this has been a real treat checking these matches out at home. Tell folks around the globe that MK1 at DreamHack is definitely a real deal.
Well, you have time to do that because we will be going to a very short break as we're going to get a little bit of a breather for ourselves and everyone else who is currently in this bracket because we have the final 4 stretch coming up next. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with DreamHack Atlanta Fighters in 1 moment.
Thank you so much for bearing with us, folks. Here we are in our losers semis matches here for MK1 at DreamHack Atlanta 2023. There's so much great content to check out in this previous bracket here, but we still have a show to get rolling on because Dialogue and Toxin are locked in for the losers semis match. It's Xiao versus Havoc.
You know, normally this is the time where I say you get the Morton Salt sponsorship out because some people are leaving pretty upset. But the way that everybody's been playing today, the sportsmanship has been phenomenal.
Oh,
the
yes.
matches have been down to the wire every single time. And we have nothing but great entertainers to bring you the closeout of this Final Four. As like you said, we have a diverse top 4 here.
Yeah.
And the amazing, the General Xiao right now in Dialogue and the Havoc and Beyond Toxin to start things off here in loser semis.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this bloodbath for sure. I mean, it will be bloody. Not only because of the brutality of General Xiao, but because Havoc literally rips himself apart.
Actually, General Xiao perfectly content with that too. To say you want to throw into chaos. Hey, I was about to say we're gonna see an interesting lineup of characters that interrupt in the back line with Striker and Kano.
Right.
But the Motaro switch is really a big part of why Dialogue was able to beat Just Nasty at the end. So we're gonna see the MK3 boss battle come in, and it's time for Havoc to see if he can stop it. Right now, getting interrupted early to start it off.
The reflect right off rip here off the gore ball, giving Dialogue the opportunity to get that first open here. Toxin with that big haymaker, grenades, keep it safe.
Like I said all before, it's all about 5 to 6 hits you have to basically hold from Beyond Toxin whenever Striker's in the background. Because here comes the hit, here comes the haymaker, here comes the next attempt to try and get a grab by a big whiff punish from Dialogue that actually gets dropped.
Got a little bit of an early drop there.
Oh, the shimmy in front of him, though. It's like, ooh, catch me. You can't see me. As he gets the throw, pushes him right back in the corner, but the wake up down 3 just interrupting that. And interrupt on the Armored launcher from the knee, too. So now we get the unblockable setup here for Beyond Toxin. Oh, my God.
Wow.
Bro, wait, he's getting even more damage out of it. Now he's getting, okay, he didn't have the unblockable anymore. I thought you could still go for it at the end.
No.
That would have been stupid.
That would have been ridiculous.
Like we said before, Dialogue always talking to himself at the end of the match, like, no, look, I got caught by this, it's whatever, I'm good. And he always brings it back every single time, too. These Motaros being so fast to interrupt Toxin, trying to get something going.
Oh, nice. Was able to confidently stand up, press the high.
Toxin.
Spew.
All right, this time will actually go for the unblockable setup. Just basically, and the fact that you can walk him down too, it's something to think about if you're ever confused why it gets so hyped up and it's only 182. You get corner, you get a guaranteed setup, you get Oki, like everything works for you, and it's essentially a carryover from the last combo, so it's more like you took 400 damage than the 182.
All right, Motaro, single tail, another single.
And all those hits that are usually great for General Xiao on Wake Up, like we said before, many of his normal strings are meaty. You cannot do anything to that multi-hit armor, but you can also box right back. Teleports, oh, but here comes the armor string. He had to let it go.
Oh, nice jump too. On the Motaro Terra, low 3. Yo!
So far, it has been a battle of wits and armor, actually, between these two, and it has been Havoc who's walked away more often than not in that case. You did say how General Xiao's perfectly content to watch the bloodbath of Havoc kind of ripping himself apart, but it turns out that that's actually been the win condition in this matchup.
You're right. All right, another big swing, confirmed with grenades. I can't believe you still get the stagger after that. That's crazy.
It's 500 damage essentially by accident. There's so much damage that happens there. And General Xiao, though, answering right back, it's a lot of damage that passively adds up.
Big haymaker, and that was an opportunity for Dialogue to try to interrupt, but it would have been backed up by grenades after.
Speaking of those grenades, actually, we're going to go for the overhead.
Overhead, though.
He's
That's
like,
a great block.
So many people never block that overhead. It's so frightening to deal with.
Too quick.
All right, now it's time for lockdown. Motaro comes back very quick, but this is chip territory as we're starting to reach here.
I'm curious when we're going to start seeing up block, though, on some of these Havoc strings, because we saw that in previous matches against Toxin, that you do have the opportunity to up block on some of the arm swings here.
I wonder if it's partially thinking about the fact that Striker's in the background, so you go for the up block, you try to punish it, and you get hit by grenade anyways.
It's a fair call.
Wants to go for the hands instead, and well, it worked out. He got the overhead, but immediate break from Toxin to make sure he gets nothing started.
Nice flawless here, but still not your turn.
It's so hard to figure out where your turn is sometimes when you're fighting up against Havoc. In a similar fashion, though, here comes Dialogue with General Xiao. Going to go for the side switch.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that. Trying to use the armor to eat the hit and make it so maybe Toxin would try to walk in behind it.
Oh! That's a big back two pick up here.
It's a great opportunity to close out the round. There's a lot of damage incoming. We're going to close. I believe the string ends right here, but now you have to worry about Motaro. Oh, but the wake up!
All right, opportunity here for Toxin. We get the side swap. Down one, of course.
That was the best option he could have taken right there. Even if he decides to go for armor, he's going to end up getting hit along the way. So down one on wake up. It lets him get out, and the jump over lets him get right back out of it too. Dialogue is so dead. Oh no, Striker in the background ruining all the fun for everything Dialogue could have had going there.
That was such a hard read with that teleport too.
And too close for the grenades to work there because he didn't backdash because he got caught by down one. So that allowed him to get out of that unblockable setup. These two have been fighting for who gets stuck. Nobody puts Baby in the corner, and apparently neither does Toxin. He walks his way right back out of that corner. No meter spent, of course, on that unblockable. And the perfect spacing, but you couldn't even see. I didn't even see Striker get called.
Yeah. All right. Got our break. Low wave. So able to try to close the gap, but both are touching away.
Oh,
no way.
That hit.
No way.
Oh, no, it's too far away.
Too far, but this one will hit.
Yeah, that one is definitely sealing the deal there. We're not even going to waste our time watching that animation go through. We're going to go back to character select. Here is the debate probably for Dialogue. Do I stay on Motaro or do I go with Kano? I think that it's probably fine. We're going to get a little bit of coaching, I believe, from his brother, if I remember correctly.
Too easy.
Oh, yeah. Too easy coming up onto the stage. Giving a little bit of advice. See what happens here going into this next match. I did not see who he committed to on that cameo because we were on the player cam. So
I literally do this at home too. At mid-match, I'm literally just thinking like, oh, well, this is what should happen.
Look, here's a very important fact. If you do not believe you're the best player in the building, when you step into the building, you are going to lose. You're not going to make it far. But also, every loss is an opportunity to learn. Yes. And Dialogue is always trying to learn what happened between each round. If you're too busy blaming it on the opponent, you're not figuring out why you should have been the one to win in the first place.
Ooh. So the back two pickup. Yeah, we still stuck with Motaro, of course, here, but look at the life lead that we do have. Trying to pick this back up.
There we go. This is exactly what Dialogue needed. This is a dominant round here as he just runs over Beyond Toxin in game number 3.
Very good confirm with the 2-starter.
Now, how do you keep that, though? Beyond Toxin has had a couple matches where he kind of got cooked, but then the next round immediately answered right back. And looks like he's not feeling too happy about that last one.
That reflect from Motaro really says it all, right? Like, that has helped so much for Dialogue here to maintain this life lead control. Nice. Goes corner, stand up swing.
Stops the overhead there, too. Everybody's been holding that overhead all damn day, and now you have to hold this unblockable. They get a free 200 damage out of this. Actually not, it's going to be 166 still. Some extra damage and perfect spacing there for Dialogue.
Absolutely.
Striker once again interrupting all the fun everybody could have. Back in the background.
Nice, got another spew.
This 200 damage is a guaranteed kill at this point. So yeah, this is going to be a closeout for the round. Beyond Toxin. And set point here and loses semis, potentially knocking out our last General Xiao rep.
It's so tough because what does Xiao do at that full screen situation? Motaro trying to make the approach reflect. But we're already within range with the down one from Havoc. Nice pickup from Dialogue with the side swap down 2.
All right, here we go, keeping that pressure up. But again, we talked about it before. Havoc, one of the few characters that has been able to check the media options from General Xiao, but this time he didn't end up getting hit for it. He's still locked down.
Jeez, again, too, the interrupts. Beyond Toxin so brave for these stand highs to start up.
There we go with the reflect that time. It worked out. Well, we're going to back it up one more time, saying you got to watch out from Striker in the background.
Yeah.
Okay, big opener here. Dialogue, all he needs to do is get one more opener on Wake Up, maybe catch Beyond Toxin swinging a little bit too early, but he didn't have anything back up. He has no meter.
All right, there's your down one. That's a chance for Dialogue to take the turn. Strong life lead, just can't get opened up here. There's the Haymaker Punisher. Not able to get a full confirm.
He has a bar available to him if he needs it, but it's not the safest option to just armor Wake Up, and you have to watch out for the backside. No. Motaro doesn't block the back, but he gets dropped. Oh my God, very stressful situation, but the throw will finish it out, and Beyond Toxin will not let that get away from him. Big shout outs, of course, to the incredible play from Dialogue as he goes up, gives that handshake, so you know what, you got it, man. And Toxin doesn't get to leave that seat because it is the remaining Final Four, so he will be staying right there to go up against Dragon up next in Losers Finals.
Yeah, I mean, wow. Just one little blunder at the end there that really kind of closed it out for Dialogue. It's a tough scramble situation there, being able to get that pick up.
Yep.
And, you know, Dragon coming up here.
And Dragon, if I remember correctly, I'm going to pull it back up so I don't sound foolish this time, but if I remember correctly, he was the one who beat Beyond Toxin. Yes, it was 3-0 to start off the day earlier, which pretty dominant at that. But Beyond Toxin had moments. It's not like it was a 3-0 and just a free 0. He had a couple moments where he was starting to pick it up, and he's had some time now to warm up throughout this losers run, maybe make things happen here and get that that dub in this rematch.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we could have learned quite a bit out of this lead up here into this set. I think the aggression, again, from Dragon, being able to kind of smother a lot of this gore ball startup was definitely the play in their previous set here. I think we're going to see very much the same thing.
Yep.
Especially, too, Dragon was still trying to remain warm out in the pool area, was really trying to make sure that they were on their A game leading into this set, because this is a very pivotal moment here to try to get that run back against Gur.
Remember, the crucial thing that was so important in that set was that single blade Serena constantly interrupting every single time Beyond Toxin wanted to maybe go for his own game. And if you want to play mid-range with Ashrah, you're getting hit. Stand 2, stand 1, it doesn't really matter. Sure, hard normals are all going to outpoke you. The only way you're winning is if you're keeping them locked down, and that means you have to potentially eat a big combo damage side switch from Dragon. So
absolutely.
Havoc's got to be very, or Beyond Toxin's got to be very careful with where he finds his openings.
All right, so setting up buttons here, likely going to be a button check, of course, before we get warmed up into it.
Make sure everything is ready to go again. We have potential three matches still left to go here. Actually, no, 2, potentially 3 is what I meant to say. With Losers Finals, Dragon and Beyond Toxin. Gur is sitting in the best seat in the house. I saw Katana Prime talking about it earlier, and I got to say the same thing. Gur does not get enough respect and love for how great he plays, and he just shows it with what he does. Honestly, that's the biggest thing. Like, if people aren't putting respect on your name, make them. Just keep going out there until they remember.
Gur has kept up this momentum in every NRS title since I've been watching Gur play throughout. Like with Adam in Injustice, moving into MK11, and now here with MK1 on Geras. Like, the work that you have to do to make Geras work this way. Like, look, it's time to be said at this point. Respect the game.
Well, time to respect this game. Number 1 we got going on here. Dragon and Beyond Toxin in the rematch, and already immediately throwing up the single blade Serena to make sure there is no world that those gore balls are going to be a problem for Dragon.
Oh yeah, I mean, constant zoning to start this match out here. Light waves, no opportunity for Striker to get called out. Nice 3. So that might have been a top 4, excuse me.
Beyond Toxin just walking his way up, making sure that there is no world where you have to worry about just any of this outrange poke. He's kind of getting a little bit aggressive here, using the overhead instead of the grenades.
Yep, and a down 3 of Dragon's Own to interrupt the approach of Toxin, able to get the confirm off the double pizza deal for $7.99 a piece.
413 to cash out. You take that every day to the bank. Dragon looking phenomenal, and just the same as how that match played out earlier.
Ooh, big jump in.
We're gonna get the shimmy back, going for the haymaker, trying to see if we can get Dragon to budge. Of course, it is not overhead, so all you gotta do is just keep chilling in place until he decides to maybe sneak one in. Yeah, smart move. We have seen that combo lead to 500. Break that every day of the week. Don't let him walk away with that for free.
Nice. Dunk. All right, strong life lead here for Toxin. You know, the shoe is on the other foot for this round here. Oh, the micro duck here from Dragon, immediate breaker.
Dragon a little bit too far out of range to be able to stop the gore ball that time, so this is a great time for Beyond Toxin to maybe close this round out. He's got the plus strings available for him if he can find it in the first place, and he does finally find Dragon slipping up there to put himself on the board here in round number 1. It's actually crazy to watch this adaptation. Considering how stressful Dragon made that match the first time they played. And even just to start off of this game, it looked the same, and Beyond Toxin is adapting left and right.
Yeah, taking a moment to really assess that last set, really think about, you know, the strategies that went into it here.
We're going to go ahead and cash out for big damage. We had to confirm, so it's time to use the double blade on Serena. It's going to be another 412 on the board and corner position, and gets the trip up on Striker there to make sure nothing else happens.
Nice back three and able to interrupt. Yo, a couple of them here because there was still one lingering Serena blade.
It's a scary spot to be in when you're looking at Havoc, but the gap was actually called out. Dragon, one of the few people who does know where that gap exists.
Oh, jeez.
You know what? Actually, these down threes have been phenomenal at constantly outranging that poke because everybody else keeps getting checked by Astra in that position.
And that's been the only button that's really been represented in the approach towards his corner position from Toxin. It's been that low profile to avoid the high poke.
It doesn't matter if it's 20 damage repeatedly. As long as it walks you to where you need them to be, you can walk away with a dub. Nobody wants to be in a last-second timeout war, though, against Dragon. As we saw earlier, it happened every time. And guess what, everyone? It looks like Dragon might make out one more. I maybe might have called that a little too early.
Can't believe you cursed Dragon.
As Dragon falls there.
That is your fault. That's not Dragon's fault. That is your fault.
It was me. I did it. I was Dragon's greatest op, and he didn't even know.
Yeah. Out here sabotaging the players.
Maybe I want to see Havoc continue to play, man. Maybe Havoc's kind of cool. But right now...
Look, I thought I had to worry about Tento. Now I got to worry about you?
Well, Tento, I know, has also been watching back at home. Shout out to Tento, another one of the great casters, of course, in the NRI scene. And all the other great ones have been working. I've seen a lot of people floating throughout the chat. And it's kind of hard to not want to enjoy the spectacle we've been having right now. I already feel like this is going to be yet another one where we see one of those Game 5 type sets as Beyond Toxin takes the first game.
I mean, that's a 400 game start for Dragon here. So looking good in this game too.
Beyond Toxin pushing him back over to the left-hand side. This is lockdown territory time. You have plenty of Striker to make things work here. Of course, it is a weird position because Striker can miss with those grenades in the corner, so sometimes you want to just use only the overhead, but that does get Dragon out of there.
Nice. Big haymaker, whiffing entirely, but the grenade allows for a throw opportunity.
These pokes put him in a situation where that would have probably been enough chip to do it anyways, but also the first time he decided to commit to it on a block string.
Can't believe Havoc stole Crash Bandicoot's move.
Wow! I wish I could imitate the sound of like the actual.
Oh yeah.
Right now, we're getting hit by the Wampa Fruit. Actually, it's what we're seeing out of the Gore Ball as he drops in and keeps pushing the pressure on him. But this is another big cash out from the double blades of Serena. We're gonna get another 400 plus damage here. 415.
Nice dash up throw. Really wants to try to catch up from his life lead here.
Great positioning, actually. Going for the duck. Don't try to challenge that where it's not necessary. It's how you get picked up full screen from Beyond Toxin. And speaking of, he's actually walked him down full screen. And Dragon is not out of it, though, because he has that very scary position of Fatal Blow. He might not need to even cash it out, though, to close off this round.
There you go. Got the stammer. Does take that round. Good stuff.
I can't give enough credit. I know we've talked about it so much today, but I literally can't give enough credit to how good Dragon is when he is in the corner.
Yeah. Like, not allowing the opponent to escape, especially to a character like Havoc who needs that room to really be effective. Dragon's not letting that happen.
Beyond Toxin currently dealing with this nonsense of watching that meter just go high without checking. He now has Breaker available to him if he feels like it.
Very good dodge.
We're going to cash out the one bar. We got the corner-specific strings with the drop-down kick, so we can keep that going and keep them locked down. And that is the round they're going to Dragon, as there is no breaker available for Beyond Toxin.
All right, 1-all in the set here. And again, yeah, that lockdown control in the corner is so crucial because, again, we talked about in that previous encounter between these two, it was staying in Havoc's face. With Havoc having no room to run away, you have to try to play that strong neutral game. And Astra, sitting in that perfect mid-screen position, is going to prevent so much of the opportunities that Havoc can find.
And although he didn't win, I am very impressed by how Beyond Toxin was able to walk him down in this position. Like, watch just watch the nightmare scenario of trying to get by that. And if you make one mistake, the reaction of Dragon, whenever he sees Striker, to throw out the double-bladed Serena to, at minimum, get a combo if you do. But if you interrupt Striker, that's still a dub. And that's a dominant round there from Dragon.
A flawless round.
To the 10 hells with you.
To the 10 hells with you. It looks like that might indeed be the elimination portion of bracket.
Stagger pressure again. Backs away from grenades, makes a last moment decision to block.
And the jump past that too.
Yeah.
Normally everybody blocks that, so that's a free advancing normal with the haymaker backed up behind Striker, but because he jumped it, he never gets to take that neutral win.
Yeah. She's got the stagger again.
Oh, looking like I don't know if that was intentional or not, but blocking just in case he decided to go aggressive on Wake Up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good call. That was just so interesting because we had the stagger and it confirmed that full combo there too.
I think he realized he was going to drop it and just went defensive immediately.
Right. Falls through on the full string. No punish from Toxin.
Nice
Armor
Striker.
through.
Good time on changing it up that time. Last time he did it during Striker's grenades. This time he did it post their grenades to trip up Beyond Toxin.
Okay, good tech.
Oh, catches the dash away. Deciding to burn it. Doesn't want to relinquish this round. He wants to make sure he closes it out 2-0 in this round. Oh, and the trade-off. One of the best moves in the game at scramble situations. It almost always works for Havoc.
Right, nice flawless block and a great backdash from Dragon to get the counter poke.
Here comes Striker to interrupt that. That's a full combo punish just for trying to keep the pressure up, and now we get the unblockable setup out of it.
Spew.
Yo, just stopping the jumping. Never even putting Striker out there, so he stopped any time frame that he had to try and advance.
Pokey gore ball here. Nice little micro duck from Dragon to steal back the turn.
And hit Striker in the background too, so that's a good opportunity to know that everything that Beyond Toxin does for a little bit is not guaranteed.
Double Pizza still able to make a gore ball interruption here, but we can keep zoning out. Look at all the chip damage that Dragon does for each hit of the light wave.
And always keeping himself safe, making sure that he's going to catch up. That time he actually decided to finish the string, is maybe see if he could catch him slipping.
All right, the low pokes.
Range he's playing at is very good. He's going to stay low, not worried about any overheads.
Flawless.
Right, overhead's going to get blocked too. This is actually very stressful. We're at the last 20 seconds, but this is a lot of damage on the board. Breaker's there, so you have to spend.
Yes. All right, one more touch is all that Dragon needs. We can zone it out, but oh my God, this fatal blow doesn't connect.
Oh, but the big pickup. Oh, he gets a big pickup. He doesn't have the bar. No, they're going for the unblockable. Striker's behind it, but they wake up EX dash to make sure. And you see, look, you can see it on Beyond Toxin's face. Like, I can't believe that I didn't think about that in that moment, and that was Dragon somehow clutching it out one more time at the last second. It's insane how composed he is in these last hit situations.
I just imagine that Dragon's just meant to oh my God.
Yeah, inside Dragon's head, it's just the SpongeBob freaking out. but on the stage, calm and stoic. You would never know that he's stressed at any time.
All right, nice follow-up here. Corner carry with Crash Bandicoot. Whoa, okay, got the haymaker, but was able to get that confirmed after.
Here looking like Tasmanian Devil with a keeping that pressure going over the car.
I talked about it earlier, the reflections of the water. I love the lighting in the stage. NRS, you did such an excellent job.
It looks amazing. That is one thing that doesn't get enough credit, is the stages look beautiful. But right now the stage is set for potential victory for Dragon, trying to stand that much higher on the podium. That's, of course, unless the great talent from Florida himself has something to say about it, but he's going to get pressed by Wake Up buttons, and Fatal Blow is there. There's a world where Dragon can absolutely steal this round away.
I mean, that was 400. Just needs a single touch into Fatal Blow. Well, not that kind of touch, but the grenades will wrap this up.
All one touch, except that one.
That's not the touch we're looking for.
Oh, big anti-air pickup, though. I don't even know what that route does. That's the first time I've seen how much that can do. 280 off a quick anti-air.
Neutral jump. What a call out with jump two.
Dragon getting aggressive. We're not seeing pretty much any dark stance out of Dragon in this matchup. It hasn't been necessary for the dash-ins. That throw, once again, yet another dominant round so far from Dragon.
Duck, roll through to get the grab. Good stuff here from Toxin.
Right. That gives him positioning to try and lock him down, but Dragon answering right back and making sure after the 4-3, if you try to challenge me, you take a trade at minimum, and I win that trade every time.
Absolutely. A potentially match point for Dragon.
Going for the low there from Striker, swinging at absolutely nothing. I think he threw his back out with that one.
Nice.
Here comes the overhead. I mean, as a conditioning of itself, you think that the low might come next time.
Back dash here, Serena able to get a touch. There it is, but not able to get confirmed. Beautiful flawless block from Toxin. And the interrupt with grenade. It's that free combo breaker there.
Oh, man, and watch this damage fly. We're at
Yeah.
272.
Ooh.
If he gets the unblockable, which he called out that time on the dash, this is going to be essentially a 400 damage combo by getting that unblockable setup afterwards.
And because of that, no breaker there.
And we want to
Dragon took the
see...
gamble.
Yeah, I guess that throw break right there. I want to see the game 5. We're almost at that position. Beyond Toxin so close, but Fatal Blow, again, so frightening because that's 500 damage waiting at any time if Dragon can find the opener, and we're going to see it come in most likely right now because the breaker's not there yet.
Fatal Blow. Grip damage. But one more interaction on both sides here to close it out.
This is Dragon trying to seal the deal right now. Beyond Toxin has to guess correctly for game after this point. What's the option? Single blade from Serena. Walks up, trying to get past 2. See if he can catch him slipping. He's got the grab, though. And that's an unblockable setup behind Striker. He dashes in, but he catches him one more time. That's 2 times in a row that he stops the setup at the end with the invincible dash on Wake Up, and Dragon prevents the game number 5 and will get that rematch against Gur.
And you could see it in Toxin's face almost. It's just like, but last time I blocked it. Like,
yeah,
you know that I know I can punish this, and still was able to pull it out, clutch out that dash through with the invulnerability. And that's tough because you set up that situation, you think it's guaranteed, and every single time that Dragon was put in that situation, that always came out.
It is a quite literal coin toss.
Yeah.
It is a 50-50 for game, and hope that you guessed correctly. He had the right call on the roll through to set up what could have been checkmate, but because that setup was there, you had one more shot you had to pick correctly, and it was Dragon who does do that. So we get to get that rematch. Both of them look phenomenal in winners finals. As we talked about before, we saw the couple last-second clutches. The game number 5, Gur's the one that was able to get it done.
Right.
And if we have to go into a stamina war here, Gur does have the advantage of that winner's side to make sure he has to lose at least twice before he goes out.
I mean, Dragon may have learned a thing or two in that previous set because it was neck and neck, right? Like, it was a very close set. Gur being the first one to make Dragon lose a game.
Look, and
Toxin
also,
being second.
I'm going to talk to everybody real quick because we are getting ready for grand finals. If you have ever wondered and were curious about what it is like at DreamHack, the show has been set for you. Everything about this tournament has been a premier-based event with the talent we've had here. And these DreamHacks happen all year round in so many locations. So if you ever want to step up to the plate and show everybody how strong you are and get a chance at a nice prize pool while also enjoying all the other great events going on, take a look, check them out sometime. There'll be a lot, of course, going on next year once again. So don't miss out on your opportunity to go see what it's like at one of these DreamHacks.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite a show floor to check out. I mean, the entire DreamHack show space has been exceptional. Looking at the Intel Extreme Masters for StarCraft, Counter-Strike 2 finals, and also the Call of Duty Mobile finals, all happening here. I mean, and it's another opportunity for us to share another space to celebrate gaming together, the Bring Your Own Console area, the LAN area as well, tabletop gaming. Magic the Gathering has a tournament going on this weekend as well. It is the gamers hub of every walk of life here.
Wait a minute. Okay, it's a button check, but that ain't Astra.
You've lived every moment since time began.
And I remember all of them.
That sounds awful, actually. I don't want to remember every single moment that's ever happened in all of time. Nah, I'm good with that. Now, is this just a button check, or is the queen about to take her presence up on stage here?
You know,
Don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised at this pick because, again, we talked about earlier that full screen presence is where Gur is going to be able to go for these rewinds. In the final game, we didn't get a whole lot of rewind setups from Geras because of the aggression from Dragon. So this time, if we stick with Sindel, you do have Fireball presence, full screen, plus with Serena backing up, you get those guaranteed confirms. Great combo routing with this
Something
team
to think about too, though, is that Gur did fight full auto yesterday,
Right.
and was able to play around that. There was a lot of times where it looked like full auto had some good moments to be able to maybe make it happen, but does understand how the matchup works. However, Dragon has been on a different tier compared to a lot of people this weekend. So if Dragon does decide, which there's been a good pause of making this decision right now, Dragon's not 100% sure whether he wants to go with the Astra or the Sindel here.
Watch this is the decision of, man, I was playing Quan Chi last night. All right. It's like, man, I was playing Quan Chi last night, and I really wish I could play Quan Chi right now. If I was playing Quan Chi, you would be losing.
Let's let the intros rock here, as it is grand finals time.
Flesh pits. Liu Kang is pleased that you have joined him.
Was that always part of his plan?
Nope. We've learned Liu Kang is the greatest hater, but we are also fans of everything going on. Everyone, it is time for grand finals to start right now of DreamHack Atlanta.
Okay, I like the little extended aerial presence from Astra right there to avoid the low hat. Dark Stance is applied. Nice duck, my God.
Yeah, Dark Stance has been a big majority of how Dragon ran through the entirety of the bracket this weekend.
Right.
Mostly going with the rushdown style, but you aren't able to do that too often against Geras because you have to be able to play him at mid-range, which the Heavenly Stance is much better at.
Frozen among time. Aerial combo pickup.
The fact that you have to stay there and watch as he just kicks your ass while you're like, all right, I guess I'll just hold this.
He's punching you in the kidneys and spine. You're watching like, oh God, I'm being adjusted worse than my chiropractor ever could.
You know, you ever had a problem where you're like, man, I wish I could call somebody for backup to help me out, but ain't nobody got you like yourself, as Geras is out here throwing two versions of him and getting the big clothesline, looking phenomenal in that first game.
Single Serena throw. Stagger pressure, not opening up Gur at all.
Gur just not dealing with any of that. Actually, that down one has got some range to it as he just pushed him back, saying, no, I'm not going to deal with that whatsoever. Backing himself off all the way over to the other side because the Lao plus the NATO has been great. And yet another snap. He's been so good at those. It's like poetry.
How did you survive? You were in a sandstorm.
I was good. I'm not gonna lie, I almost made it a Rudy Sandstorm joke. We are way too past that point to be doing that right now.
That'd be too Darude.
But right now, the lockdown is available for Dragon. He does have a slight life lead, but it is very scary to play Geras at any ranges because at any moment he too has great advancing normals like so. We're cashing it all out here.
Stop it.
Bro! What is this dip? Yo!
Hey!
Hey! Yo! Stop! 500 damage! That was actually crazy. But this is still an opportunity for Dragon to not let this round go away up until that very moment right there where he dashed right in front of the Geras' face and got punched for it.
Those 3-time sides. What?
Really? We've only been seeing the dials being used for teleporting out of problems.
Yeah.
Now we get to see what it's used for offense, as Geras just put on so much damage. That'll make you rethink all of your actions, and that's exactly why we're gonna go back to the character select screen for Dragon to think about this for a second.
That's why you don't let Geras get a time clock.
Just don't let him play. Just don't let him play the game. It's just as simple as don't get hit, right?
Simply do not get touched. But what if he stops time? Then you're definitely gonna get touched. Dragon really taking a moment to articulate the scenario, right? To think about what is the pick. We're floating over Sindel once again here.
He's not going to think about it anymore. We are going to see Sindel gracing the stage here on the final round of the day. It is grand finals, and the Astra has been figured out in his mind up against Geras, especially after that last round. So it's time to have a shift of things as we see Sindel show up. I mentioned it before, Sindel, of course, does have the Fireball game plan, being able to hang out in the back, not something we're not unfamiliar to seeing from Dragon over time.
Sandstorm, little fireballs here. The zoning pressure. This is going to be tough for Geras to deal with because you only have Cloud really help you out in a full screen situation. The rewind works out though.
Yeah, I just realized essentially if Sindel has Tremor as a cameo, it's basically Cetrion. Anyways, putting that fear and making people feel some type of way.
That wasn't a fear at all.
Right now, I mean, again, Geras is so good at playing that same range, but the walk-up air fireball into the confirm, however, the time dials were already established to make sure that nothing happens.
Another time dial set up. Full screen situation is going to be like the long game for this set here.
Back two.
Nice block.
Yeah, good pressure here. Yeah, back two cancels.
Oh!
And very, very similar to that of what we see out of Asha with the dashes before. Back two is also going to let you get the same thing. Oh, I like the stall there.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I mean, Dragon just spent that time trying to condition Gur to block high there to open that throw opportunity. Plus, we're trying to condition Gur to catch an overhead here. Nice block on the jump in and the low.
It's been mostly Dragon at the last second situations who's been the one to come out on top. But Gur, I don't know if this kills here, but Dragon has an opportunity to maybe do it one more time. Nope, that one is going to kill. Okay, all right. So the only reason why I didn't believe in that because last time I thought he was definitely dead. They weren't. So I'm not taking that guess anymore. Fireball galore time 0. Gur just looks so poised.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, taking her time to go through this pressure, sand armor applied. But yeah, like it's, again, a mental endurance game in this type of matchup here when the opponent is throwing this many fireballs your way, when you do have to close the gap, and also think about setting up your time capsules. But you'll notice in this round in particular, Gur not taking that opportunity to really set up time capsules, just wants to close the gap.
There is a reason why Gur was so dominant in that crew battle, running through everyone after he got up there. It is the level of confidence he plays at with Geras at keeping people out and knowing when to rush in and having an immediate check-all option of getting out.
Totally.
That has not been trumped yet by anyone this weekend.
Good air-to-air here from Dragon. Attacking low hat. Nice little interrupt.
All you need is just one hit confirmed. There's an opportunity to try and get some damage on, but mostly you just want to get him to waste that. And now he's already set up another one. So Dragon being very careful. It's mostly just a lot of small damage right now because he just doesn't want him to dip out.
Oh!
Snatch you up for your troubles, though. There's 14 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, snuck in that command grab.
There's not really much you could do here. He's going to set it up. Oh, wait a minute. No, no shot. No shot. No
5
way.
seconds left. You got
No
it.
way.
No, you have to confirm with the fatal blow in order to take the round here.
Okay.
You will not succeed.
That time, once again, a throw doesn't kill you. Therefore, you block and make sure you don't throw that game. There's been so many other times where Dragon actually won that exact situation, including that 1 second timer we saw last time. So Gur not letting that happen to him. And now is up 2-0 in the set. I'm super curious as to whether Dragon commits to the Sindel right now, or if he goes back to the Astra. Gur already locking in, of course, and we're going to lock it in. Dragon believing fully that this will be the play to try and take it all home.
I mean, the game certainly went longer, right? Like, that is for a fact. But also, the damage output from Dragon significantly reduced with the zoning game here. But Gur still finding a way to set up these clocks, create a rewind possibility, even time stop options. Nice sandstorm from Gur.
Yep. It's all about getting that meter as well. Very similar to the Astra play before. You need to have access to meters so you can shut down any big combos. And you already have the Scream as a combo extender, so you don't need to use bar half the time.
Right.
Backing out of there. You got to respect the plus frames, of course, of back one, but instead he's just going to walk up and throw him.
Low hat here. Oh, good block here. Flawless at that for a full punish.
Yeah, full combo punish off of that situation and guarantees that he gets a corner lockdown out of this too. You can decide to go for Sanados. Yeah, he's going to set up, go for the low hat, try to get a dial up. Gur is playing phenomenally right now. You don't want to be the one to constantly jump in or get reckless rushing in on Sindel, but you need to find your moments much like that overhead right there.
Yeah.
And one more game away from solidifying that W as DreamHack Atlanta's champion to close out the year.
It's just, what does Dragon do in this matchup? Like, Astro wasn't the solve here. I feel like Astro was getting a little bit more mileage than what Sindel was, but it was just the damage output of Gur and all that work. It's exhausting for the work, and Gur just rewinds.
I think the main thing Dragon had in mind was being able to high-low mix him, what we saw with those back two cancels, and Gur revealed he's not going to get cooked by that. So once that was gone, the win condition was set to a zone, and the zone war has not been in Dragon's favor so far.
All right, well, there's that back throw here. Great positioning. Got the opener.
All right, that's the first time he's finally got it, and we say, no, you didn't. Oh, wait. Big pickup. Okay, he already used it, so this is a lot of damage opportunity, and you go for a restand at the end. Okay, he actually didn't go for the restand. That kind of tripped me up.
And just outside of Fatal Blow opportunity here for Gur. There we go, we got back into it.
All right, Fatal Blow is on deck for both players here. Very much a stressful situation no matter which way you look at it. Gur could potentially take it right now, but he doesn't want Dragon to get confidence and get this W.
Yeah, I mean, about even on health here. The Lust Shaker confirmed, but the rewind.
All right. Oh, and the overhead comes through, but it gets interrupted by Lau. Here comes the low hat, and he doesn't block the mix, and Gur with the pop-off as he deserves to, as Gur will be your DreamHack 2023 champion for Mortal Kombat 1.
What a setup here, too. The low hat jump in. I mean, it's such a hard situation every single time. You can't anti-air it because you can get stuffed by the low hat. It's just, you take a trade at best, and Gur, so stoked for this victory here. I mean, well done. Taking Geras, a character we do not see almost at all.
Much like that team name, dynamically focused the entire time that it was up there on the stage. It did not matter who was in the way. It was not anyone who's going to be the one to take down Gur here today. Incredible performance. Please, when everybody talks about those who are at the dominant force of MK1 at the top, you better be including that name, as he has continued to show time and time again that he is here to dominate.
Yeah, I mean, this entire top 8 was a spectacle to behold.
Yes.
Please go back and rewatch this as soon as it hits on a VOD. You know where you're going to find that VOD, that Tampa Never Sleeps VOD out here. You know where we're going to go. But, I mean, honestly, who would have thought such a diverse cast?
Really?
We had a couple Johnnies out here, right? But also just having an appearance of Havoc, having Geras, Smoke play as well.
Sub-Zero showed up in this. We saw the Smoke counter pick from Pulse. Also, not even just Sub-Zero, but the General Shadow showed up as well. It was as entertaining as you could ask for. It was constant game 5s, constant chains ups. Even after the early 3-0s that happened, Dragon looking like true form once again, and Gur taking it all home. Honestly, and again, also go throw some follows and some just go show some support to those Twitters as well, because it's not just those two. Dialogue, Just Nasty. We're talking about the new all-stars here at MK1.
Yeah, I mean, there's still so much more to come here. Pro competition is still going strong. There's a lot of great online events between Tampa Never Sleeps. Coliseum as well is rounding out their first season of MK1. And, you know, a Combo Breaker being that final North American stop for a pro competition qualifier. There's so much to look forward to here, including our top 8 ceremony, which, wow, I can't believe it. Jebailey himself is up here to present these awards.
Tell me Jebailey is up on the stage to the big moments? That's crazy.
Wait a minute. What? I mean, honestly, a big thank you to Jebailey and also all the staff here at DreamHack allowing for this tournament to go on this weekend. There's still plenty more action that's happening as well beyond just the main floor. And MK1 is just the beginning of Sunday finals here. We had Grand Blue Rising finals yesterday, which is also a spectacular show to check out. So definitely tune in for as much of DreamHack Fighters as you can, because there's still more around the globe that you're going to be able to participate in.
And we'll go ahead and get that first championship callouts right now. We're going to send it on over to the main stage to crown your champions for Mortal Kombat 1.
All right, guys. Did you guys enjoy Mortal Kombat 1? Thank you. All right, and again, thank you guys so much for coming out to DreamHack Atlanta this year. I hope you had a great time. I know the staff did an amazing job. MK players, thank you guys for supporting as well. But with that, let's get to our top 8, and everyone at home, of course, watching on the stream. In 7th place, let's give it up to King Gambler. Also in 7th place, give it up to K7 Show Off. In 5th place, give it up to Just Nasty. Also in 5th place, give it up for Pulse. They all have great hair. I'm jealous. In 4th place, give it up to Dialogue. In 3rd place, give it up to Beyond Toxin. In 2nd place, give it up to Dragon. And your Mortal Kombat 1 DreamHack Atlanta 2023 champion, give it up to Gurr. Courtesy of Vitrix in the back. Thank you, guys. And with that, that's your Mortal Kombat 8. Jesus, Mortal Kombat 1 top 8. Thank you guys so much. Next up, we're going to have Guilty Gear Strive on the DreamHack Fighters channel. Thank you. Get out of here.
All right, well, as Jebailey deals with all the great hair of apparently a whole line of Mr. Stereo girls up there on that top 8, they're all going to go ahead and step away as they are now done with Mortal Kombat, but we are not done, as he just said, with DreamHack. We're going to move over to Guilty Gear in a moment.
Yes, plenty of action. You know, Guilty Gear Strive, this bracket is absolutely insane. Not only was the MK bracket insane, but the Guilty Gear Strive bracket is one that you're not going to want to miss. So right after this, we're going to get into that. So thank you all for tuning in for Mortal Kombat 1. More DreamHack Fighters action is on the way. Stay tuned.